in the second quarter.
The National Republican Congressional Committee announced on Wednesday that it raised more than $34 million during the second quarter of the year, including $16.5 million in June. The committee starting off the third quarter with $109 million in the bank, marking a 76% increase from this point during the last campaign cycle. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy donated nearly $50 million to the NRCC. House Minority Whip Steve Scalise gave more than $20 million, and House Republican Conference Chairwoman Elise Stefanik gave $2.4 million to the committee. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
Dozens of people unaccounted for following devastating flash flooding in southwestern Virginia. Governor Glenn Youngkin has declared a state of emergency in rural Buchanan County. More than 100 homes damaged by the floodwaters, along with mud and rock slides. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The demolition, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy middle of the week. Or Thursday, actually.
Thursday.
Yeah, I'm one ahead.
Yeah.
It's because I was off.
You're all thrown.
I'm all thrown off. Like yesterday was Monday.
You got a 3-day week. It was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So this is your Wednesday.
Yesterday was Monday, but Monday was different because I didn't come here. We went right to the Cahoon Armory yesterday.
That's the thing is for 2 days, I haven't been over here. So I'm like looking around. I'm like, who moved all my stuff? That's not where this goes. This doesn't go on here. This looks at me. This goes over here. These don't stack. Who messed with my stuff? Ugh.
Yeah, they moved it around.
You get used to it. You're having your stuff a certain way. And just Sonny was looking at me.
Well, there's a cornucopia of toys over there.
There is.
And to be honest,
you got your pens. I like my toys.
Well, and to be honest, when guests come, sometimes they like to
they
play
play
with
around.
the toys.
No, I know exactly who did this. This was Tanner and Roy.
Oh,
yeah.
Was that their dealings?
Oh yeah, no. Every time they came in to deuce it or to Trace Viernos it was stack stuff up. It was mess with stuff. I understand. This is a play place.
Yeah.
You need to fidget. Your hands need to do something.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you go to the doctor's office or the dentist's office for the kids, and they always got that little
toy chest.
tabletop toy chest, or the one that's got like all the things where you can move the hoops from one side to the other, or stack the things and what it's kid.
This is
motor skill developing toys.
Yeah, it's a doctor's office waiting room over here.
And so we get many adults that like to do the skills while we chit chat. So.
If you've ever been a parent, we'll put it this way: it's all those toys that no longer have battery power that just sit in the corner and still exist, but don't actually do anything anymore.
Yeah,
all those toys.
Well, I know as a kid, when I was a kid, those toys sometimes would serve as ancillary characters in whatever fantasy of scenario I was creating in my toy world.
Well, okay, maybe. But what I'm talking about are the play cubes. And I have a 3-year-old, so I know what I know about the play cubes. I'm talking, each side is a different thing.
Okay.
It'll light up, play a tune. There's different musical instruments that you can slide a thing from over here to over here, kind of like you're talking about with the inner. But ours in this new generation, we went from all the beads on the long thing to like having that, but like it lights up and like plays a tune. And then the batteries die after about a year and a half, and you thank the sweet Lord baby Jesus because the batteries are dead and it no longer makes noises at 3 a.m. But also, it's just sitting in the corner lifeless, but your kids will still every now and again pull it out and play with it for some reason.
Those are usually the toys I find, not now because they're older, but when they were younger, my nieces and nephews. So like for Christmases and birthdays, I'd buy, my brother's kids or my sister-in-law's kids, the loudest, most obnoxious toy possible.
You don't got to deal with it. Exactly.
Yeah.
100%. I have a thing. I'm kind of obsessed with, and it sounds weird, but doctor's office toys.
Yeah.
What I mean is old, like you remember the like you were talking about, the ones with all the beads on one side and had all the little like twirly hues.
Like a Dr. Seuss abacus.
I loved those so much. I love them. I still to this day love them. I'm fascinated by them. So if I ever find them like out in the wild, I'm gonna grab them. I actually have one of those old, just like that, that my kids play with.
Okay.
They're durable. They're great.
Yeah.
But
wipe them down once in a while if you get them from a doctor's office.
Oh yeah, it would work. Get the COVID off. But yeah, no, I'm kind of fascinated by the toys like that they still kind of exist, and there's a company that still apparently makes them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if they can make them so they're not sticky. So sticky proof.
It's like Play School, dude. For 50 years has been making the same plastic roll and popcorn thing toy.
Oh yeah. Well, every kid loves that thing. When you hit a certain age, you just want to walk around the house making that thing pop.
Yeah.
And
Fisher-Price has made the exact same model of vehicle for like 60 years, and we've never complained.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I want to know what happened to Sit and Spin.
Right? You don't see any.
Is that
anymore.
too dangerous for kids?
I guess dizziness isn't considered healthy. I don't know. I loved Sit and Spin.
I know. I sat and spun around circles for hours.
I sat and spun so much. I was the exact demographic for that toy.
Why didn't that toy brag?
Yeah, whatever happened to lawn darts? I feel like we need to bring back the classics.
Well, and
I had a set of hardcore like steel lawn darts.
I remember I didn't, but neighbors and friends, like family, like we go to their houses and we play lawn darts.
And we'd play. That's the thing is not only did we have the darts, but we would huck them in the air as hard as we could, and then just dart in different directions.
I think everybody did that. Yeah. And it was that yellow or red.
Yep.
Depending on which team you're on.
Right.
Like there was teams. And then that big metal spike.
You huck them at each other bottle rocket style.
And that big metal spike, and it was lawn darts. Yeah.
It's the only time in my like post-infant life that I've ever realized, I still have a Fontenelle. Like if that lawn dart comes down and hits me right in the soft spot, it's over, Daddy.
It is.
Sorry.
Well, it's like grown-ups movies.
Right.
I can't remember which one it is, but I think it's the first one where they keep shooting the bow and arrow, the arrow up into the air, and then running, and then
I think that was 2.
Yeah, maybe I can't remember.
Yeah, I feel like that was 2.
But yeah, that's what it reminds me of. But good morning.
Morning.
Happy Thursday.
Lawn darts and abacus and other weird toys.
But we're gonna chit chat this hour.
Nice.
And
finally get caught up.
Yes, we can get caught up this hour. And next hour, we originally were supposed to have the mayor join us, but he's unavailable to join us. So we're going to try to get him in later on to talk city council meeting, which is tonight, by the way. So we move things around. Initially, Amy McVeigh-Tejas was going to join us this hour from the Historical Society talking about Heritage Dinner, which is next month. But mayor couldn't make it, so we let Amy sleep in a little bit, and she'll join us in the 8 o'clock hour. And then to talk Heritage Dinner with us. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, Krista Noble will join us from the Humane Society and give us an update what's happening over at the Roswell Humane Society.
All our 3- and 4-legged feline and canine friends.
Yes. So chit-chat this hour, Historical Society next hour, and Humane Society 9 o'clock hour. So that's what's on tap for today's show. By the way, I got yesterday the rundown for the Chavez County Fair for 2022, which is happening Sunday, July 24th through Saturday, July 30th.
Okay.
Out at the convention center. Just kidding. It's at the fairgrounds.
We're going to hold it at the Walmart this year. It's going to be in menswear.
A kid is at the fairgrounds. Funny joke.
That's where we belong.
But, the whole schedule. So Friday, July 1st, all the entries are due in. The first show of the fair this year looks like it'll be Saturday, July 23rd. Will be the horse show at the Bob Crosby Arena there.
Is that concurrent with Eddy County? It sounds like it's like in exactly the same. No, you know what?
Usually it's a week difference.
Eddy County is the next week. You're right.
Yeah, Eddy County's like the last week of July,
it
like
kicks
the
off,
week
I think July 30th.
after that one. Yeah. So I think it's a week after. That's usually how it works.
It's just weird to have the Aaron Rodgers concert kick off the fair. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're talking about the
Eddy County.
Eddy County.
Yeah.
That's at the Eddy. See, now you're messing with people. You're talking Eddy County Fair.
You're in the wrong county, pal. You're not from around here, huh?
That's at the Eddy County. Here at the Chaves County, they'll start the first show will be Saturday, July 23rd at 5 o'clock with the Horse Show. And then the final show, I think, will be, let's see, on Thursday, they'll have the Wool Lead and Fashion Extravaganza at 4. And then following the Wool Lead at 6 p.m., they'll have the awards show. And then Friday, July 29th at 7 p.m., that Friday night, will be the Junior Livestock Sale. And then they'll release the animals on Saturday, July 30th. From 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., inside exhibits will be released there on Saturday as well, too. So it kind of all wraps up there on July 30th. But, yeah, first show will be Saturday, July 25th, 5 p.m., the Horse Show out at the Bob Crosby Arena. All right, it is 7:15. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Except for an isolated afternoon thunderstorm, we'll be staying sunny and hot today with our afternoon highs in the low 100s. Overnight looks clear with low 70s, and then a sunny and hot day coming up on Friday, low 100s again. About the same for Saturday with sunshine and temperatures right around the 100-degree mark. Maybe an afternoon shower Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 74 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 62%. Winds calm at the moment. We are looking at now, unfortunately, a bit of a respite from rain talk, at least for the foreseeable future. I'm just seeing hot and dry. Sunny, 101 for a high today with south winds 5 to 10. Mostly clear tonight. Overnight low of 73. South winds 10 to 15. Friday, sunny, 102 tomorrow. Southeast winds at around 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, mostly clear. Overnight low of 74 degrees. South winds 5 to 10. Saturday, sunny and 103. South winds 5 to 10. Tomorrow night, or Saturday night, mostly clear. Overnight low of 74. Sunday, sunny, hot. Once again, highs right around 103. And then partly cloudy Sunday night with an overnight low of 75. And then Monday, more of the same. Mostly sunny, hot, high of 103. And then it doesn't get better next week. 104 and hot on Tuesday, 102 and hot on Wednesday. So enjoy it. Looks like we're going to be sitting right at and above the century mark for, I'm seeing through next Wednesday, and it doesn't dip below 100 during the day, just at night. So it's summer and no talk of rain. So I don't know. Is that monsoon season done now, or we got more coming? I hope we do. I feel like we missed a bunch, but we'll see. But no rain talk for looks like a week or so. All right. It is 17 minutes after 7 o'clock. We're going to take a 4-minute commercial break, and then we'll come back on the other side. I'll talk a little bit about my getaway, my trip to the mountains and all that good stuff. So that's coming up next. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
The lyrics of a Jeremy Camp song go like this. In all this searching, all the grasping, like we deserve much more than all the blessings we're holding. So now I'm running free into an ocean of mercy unending. So come and empty me so that it's you I breathe. I want my life to be only Christ in me. So I'll fix my eyes, 'cause you're my source of life. I need the world to see that it's Christ in me. What a beautiful song. James 5 is kind of an interesting chapter. It starts with a warning to those who are rich. Do you consider yourself rich? Whether you think yourself rich or not, at the heart of the warning is the concept of focus. Are we focused on the things of this world or on the things above? Do we use the wealth God gives us, whether big or small, for His glory or for ours? Do we use what we have for our good alone or for the good of others? Christ never condemns the rich, but He calls those who have been blessed to share the blessings and give God the glory. As the lyrics of the song profess, I need the world to see that it's indeed Christ in me.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Well, the biting bugs and the ferocious flyers are out in force, and if you don't take care of them now, you'll be swatting and scratching all summer. Makes me itchy just thinking about it. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Whether it's keeping the fleas and ticks off your animals or keeping the flies and mosquitoes away from your barbecue, you gotta use the right stuff, and you gotta do it at the right time. So come see us now at Roswell Seed Company, and don't let the bugs tick you off. Get it? Tick.
Pressure Services LLC in Artesia has immediate openings for experienced vacuum truck, kill truck, and hydrovac operators. Operators must hold a Class A CDL or Class D CDL, at least 2 years of experience, and be at least 25 years of age. All positions require a clean driving record and must be able to pass a DOT drug and alcohol screen. Pressure Services offers great pay with IRA benefits and employer contributions toward health benefits. Please apply in person at 402 West Main in Artesia, inside the AIDS Safety Facility. Equal Opportunity Employer.
Time for the 86th Annual Lee County Fair and PRCA Rodeo, July 29th through August 6th at the Lee County Fairgrounds. This year, it's all about honoring our heritage. Come enjoy the Arts and Crafts Showcase, the Carnival, Extreme Bulls event, the PRCA Rodeo, the livestock shows, commercial vendors, and some of the best fair food in the state. And of course, the concert series with Ramon Ayala y sus Bravos del Norte de la Leyenda, Friday, July 29th at 7 p.m. Tuesday, August 2nd, Randall King takes the stage at 9:30.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Wednesday, August 3rd, it's Zach Williams at 9:30. Thursday, August 4th, don't miss the Randy Rogers Band at 9:30. Friday, August 5th, it's Joe Nichols at 9:30.
Yeah, tequila makes her clothes fall off.
And Cody Johnson on Saturday, August 6th at 9:30. Admission is free Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday all day and every day before 5. $10 for adults, kids 6 to 12, $5, and 5 and under are free. More info at leecountyfair.net. See you at the Lee County Fair, July 29th through August 6th at the Lee County Fairgrounds.
One of the best things about summertime in New Mexico is all the great places to go and neat things to do. Camping in the mountains, swimming at the lake, exploring the caverns, and so much more. And what makes all this fun and adventure possible is a dependable car or truck that fits your family and hauls your toys. That's just what you'll find at Roswell Ford. Here at the Tailgate Nation, we have the best selection of nearly new cars, trucks, and SUVs in southeastern New Mexico. They've all survived a rigorous 139-point inspection, and Roswell Ford gives you a 3-day money-back guarantee to make sure you're happy. You know Roswell Ford is always looking for gently used cars and trucks. If you have one you want to sell, we'll make you a cash offer on the spot and give you a week to think about it. This summer isn't going to last forever, so make the most of it with an upgraded ride from your friends at the Tailgate Nation. Roswell Ford at the corner of 9th and Main, the official sponsor of summer fun.
A Greek-Canadian man invented the Hawaiian pizza. His name was Tex Colorado, and he's from Detroit. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 22 minutes after 7 o'clock. Happy Thursday.
Yes.
So thank you again to Sean for holding down the fort those few days while I was out of town.
Happy to do it.
It was nice to get away.
Lots of interesting conversation.
Good.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, good. Yeah, we had a good time. It was nice to get out of town for a few days and just unwind.
Let's talk about your debauchery, because I went off to Vegas and I came back with all kinds of interesting stories.
Yeah.
You took an easier route. You actually took your vacation and had a vacation.
Yeah.
You didn't almost die 16 times.
No.
You had a vacation. So
I just unwind and chill and eat copious amounts of food.
I mentioned that yesterday. I was like, I said, Mike and I vacation very similarly. We go to a place, and while other people enjoy the sights and take it in, we're like, what's to eat?
I'm that guy.
Where can we indulge?
This is why my doctor hates me, but this is...
No, absolutely. This is the reason I've destroyed myself for 2 months to have a fat stack of cash so I can just go to a place and just blow it,
But yeah, we went to Ruidoso, stayed at the inn. We went ahead and stayed at the inn.
That's the move. I've never done that.
Oh yeah, we stayed at the inn.
Stayed at the inn
2 or 3 times. We stayed at the inn. This, I think, maybe the 3rd time I've done it.
Okay.
Okay. One time we, I think our 10th anniversary, we went and got a suite and did all that.
Nice.
And got and this was 10 years ago, but I'm pretty sure their suites still have some of these sweet suites. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we got a bathroom that had a hot tub.
Love it.
And a TV in it.
Private hot tub.
That's TV and said hot in the bathroom.
That's baller until you realize, oh, wait a second. This is a room that lots and lots and lots of people have used. You really hope they clean that hot tub thoroughly.
Yeah, well, I figured I'm in bubbles and water, so.
Well, that's the thing. When the water bubbles up like that, you wonder, is that like the bubbles?
No, because I'm a child and I put bubble bath stuff in
look
it.
at you. Nice. Bubble
do.
bath in the hot tub. I love it.
That's what I am. I'm a child.
That is a baller move. I don't care who you are.
It's because I made it that way.
That's awesome.
That's what I do.
That's like Arthur level. See, that's what pops into my head is the movie Arthur.
That's what I do. I literally set. This is not this time. This was the last time.
Okay.
But no, this time we got just a regular bathroom room and the king
You
size
could
bed.
still do that in a regular bathtub.
Yeah, but
you just have to eat the right food.
It's not as fun.
Chili dog night, you could really kick up some bubbles.
It's not as fun. And to be honest, that tub, I don't know if I want to take it. You know what I mean?
No,
I'm sure it was clean, it was fine, but I don't know if that's the tub I want to be.
Dude, I understand. I stayed at the Travelodge on the Strip for the last night of my vacation. All right, I get it. I totally get from looking at me like, I don't know. Now, granted, this is the inn. It's a certain upper echelon of people that
destination.
stay there. So you're
it's not Travelodge. It's a place people go to.
You're
to
pretty
vacate.
safe.
Yeah.
That being said, oil tycoons do get a little bit squirrely sometimes.
But yeah, we had a good time. I ate a lot of food. So, like I said, we went swimming and got in the hot tub and did all the stuff. Gambled a little bit, lost money, of course,
right?
That kind of thing. Yeah, that's actually the first time I went swimming in the pool. I don't think I've ever been.
I've never been to the pool at the inn. I mean, how is it?
It's indoor. They used to have an outdoor.
Really?
Yeah, they used to have an outdoor pool years ago.
Right.
I don't think they have that anymore. I think when they did
COVID? Or the renovations.
Yeah, I think this was when they did the renovations.
Okay, so indoor pools are always kind of hit or miss.
This one was great.
It's
a shape like a bow tie.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
like a bow. And then they have a walk-in hot tub right behind it.
Nice.
Which was way nice. The hot tub I kind of dug more than the pool.
Here's my problem with indoor pools.
Yeah.
It's always weirdly humid in the room that the pool is in. And that's always kind of thrown me off.
Now,
about indoor pools.
I did my swimming in the mornings, and it didn't seem as bad then.
I did my laps before the sun came up.
If you want to call laps, sitting there going,
yeah, those are laps. Hey, that's what I do.
Yeah. But, and it was real nice because you go down there, and they got an attendant there, and he hands you a bottle of water and your towel. And,
nice.
And then you go and sit and get your spot. And then when I went at 8 in the morning, it was like me and my wife and maybe one other
That guy
group
wakes
of
up
people.
every morning going...
He's very pleasant. He was a very pleasant young man.
Because you go to the mirror and you go, showtime.
Well, no. Like I remember because the first night we got there, first day, I'm a wanderer. I like to wander around and see what's going and this and that. And so I wandered down to the pool and I talked to the guy. I was like, "Oh, what's the hours?" And he was very nice. And then when I went down the next morning, it was sure enough the same guy. So
nice.
I'm talking with him. And,
he's just been there the whole time.
Yeah.
He just exists.
I think so. I don't know.
He was never actually there. That's the thing. Mike just made this guy. He brought him into existence.
That's right. I willed him in.
There's just a random scene where Mike's just talking to nobody, handing him a $5 bill and just drops to the ground.
Gonna be a good day. But yeah, it was very nice. Had lots of food, man.
See, that's the cool thing is the inn. Now, this is kind of a baller move, and this is something.
Yeah, because the buffet's gone.
This is something that I noticed, and have never seen this before until I went to Vegas. But this is something that resort hotels are doing now. They're knocking out their restaurants or whatever, and they're putting in malls, like straight up like malls, with food courts. And this is a start for Ruidoso. So it's now just a food court.
Yeah. And now, don't get me wrong. They still have Wendell's, the steakhouse.
Sure.
Which is your upscale fancy. You ain't getting out of there under $100 dinner.
Right.
It's a lovely dinner. And then they got the little lounge, which is like a scaled back version of Wendell's, where you can still get some good eats and fancy eats, but not spend $200 eating it in the Wendell's.
Not destroy yourself in the process.
But yeah, they took the the buffet out, and it's now called the Market.
Okay.
And it features 4 restaurants.
All right.
I think. It's got a Sbarro.
Now, see, people sleep on Sbarro because they have New York-style pizza. It's really the only place in this part of the country you can actually get that style of slice.
And to be honest, it was popular. I was seeing people carrying like full boxes of pizzas out to their hotel
I'm pretty sure
rooms.
that's like the only Sbarro we have in this part of the state.
I'm thinking, is there any of the? I know the malls here don't have it. Alamogordo doesn't have it.
Maybe in like Las Cruces if they have a mall.
They probably got a Sbarro.
I literally haven't been to Cruces since 2005.
Really?
Yeah,
I think it was last
Warped Tour.
Oh, really?
That's why I went.
I've been there for football
No, you know
games.
what? I went there for a Garth Brooks concert like 5 years ago. There you
Wow.
go. Yeah.
That's quite a gap of genre music.
It was a very,
Fans Warped Tour, Garth Brooks.
Yep. Old me would have just thrown up from the juxtaposition.
But it's got the market there. So Sbarro's one of them.
Right.
Wahlburgers, obviously.
Which is the big draw. Now I feel like everybody else has got to feel a little bit like, all right.
To be honest, they were all hopping.
Yeah.
Because there was a line, with Wahlburgers and people, and then they go over to Sbarro. Or they go over to, which was, it's like a Japanese, Asian bowl place where you get
like
rice
a teriyaki chicken. And that's where
I don't remember the name
time.
of it. It's something like Samurai Joe's or
that's
something like that.
That's where I feel like I would spend most of my time. Because I like rice heavy dishes.
I did have a meal there. It was decent.
Yes.
And then next to that is a coffee house and bakery place. Oh, and I forgot there's a bar on the other side here. So there's a little I think they claim it to be a sports bar. A little sports bar. It just looks like an airport bar, basically, there. And then Sbarro, and then Wahlburgers, and then the Japanese, I think it's Samurai Jack's or something like that. And then it's something coffee house there, and they have ice cream and coffee and baked goods and what have you.
Okay.
So, and then they got
kind of a nice a full selection.
Yeah, so if you want to get
everybody
hammered, which, by the way,
if you want to get messed up, you go to the tap house.
Yeah. Well, and then that was funny because like I did, and I know this is life we live, but Monday when we go to leave, our plans changed a little bit because something we thought, or Tuesday we left. We were going to hit Log Cabin for breakfast on Tuesday morning. That's Kim's favorite breakfast place there in town. It's got great food. They've been there 100 years. But anyway, they're closed on Tuesdays and didn't realize that. So we're like, oh, man.
That's weirdly specific.
So we ended up hitting Wahlburgers one more time before we headed out.
Aw, shucks.
Yeah. And
wait, for breakfast?
Well, we waited till 11
so
when they
like
opened
brunch.
And had brunch. Yeah.
Right. So we had with mimosas.
Yeah. But that was where I walked in at 11, and you go into the market, and the first thing I notice is, man, there's a lot of people sitting at the sports bar stools drinking at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Right. A lot of day drinkers here on Tuesday.
I was like,
well, what else are you going to do in Ruidoso on a Tuesday?
I don't know. I was just surprised by that. And so
you're trying to get a base. You got to get a base buzz,
So I just, ignored it and then moved on to, past the day drinkers, and then went over and got our Wahlburgers. But
so you went now, as I understand it, you went to Wahlburgers twice while you were there.
Well, it's like a food court, so we're just walking around. We were at the resort, so yeah, I had a milkshake and I had a burger and a chicken.
Okay. So you kind of went both routes. You went both beef and then you went chicken.
I've had all.
Do they have a fish sandwich?
No, they have. Here's what they got. I think it's
weirdly they have a breakfast fish sandwich, which I was not expecting. I think you're fans.
I do not think that is a full menued Wahlburgers.
Okay.
I think it's because they call it Walmart. It's called Wahlburgers, and it's his favorites.
Okay.
So I think it's a partial menu.
Right.
So what you get is of the burger fare, there's a choice of their original burger, which, by the way, when it lists the ingredients, it says government cheese.
Government cheese.
It says government cheese on it.
That's awesome.
That's what they give you.
Which, for the record, is the best cheese.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. Yeah, I'm a mark. I watched Wahlburgers, the TV show. I watched it.
See, I've never actually sat down and watched an episode.
Oh yeah, I watched all of them, and over the couple seasons they had it. And growing up as kids, because there's like 10 of the Wahlbergs. There's a bunch of those kids.
Yeah, they got busy.
I think
in
there's
the
7
family.
actually. I don't know the number. It's somewhere around there.
They did have cable in the Wahlberg household.
Yeah, but I want to say there's like 7 of those kids.
Right.
But anyway, so they all lived in their little Boston townhouse and stuff. So they were on subsidies, like government cheese, government assistance. So they grew up eating government cheese. So So literally, that's why
I'm
there's.
surprised they don't have mackerel patties on the menu.
But they talk about that in the show, how they love government cheese, and so that
Who
is.
doesn't? It's Velveeta.
Yeah.
Dude, it's straight up Velveeta.
It's the cheese they put on those burgers.
Uh-huh.
Now they have the signature burger of theirs.
Now, I gotta ask.
And then a double patty version. And then they have Donnie's favorite, which is the barbecue bacon, which was good. I had that.
Right.
Except I doubled down. I do not like avocado spread on burgers. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it. That one's got it. I did not. Burger's tasty. Did not need the avocado on.
So you kept it on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But you're just not a fan of avocado.
No, I like avocado, like guacamole and chips. I do not like avocado put on sandwiches.
That's people who say they like guacamole like spice. They like flavor. They don't like avocado necessarily. Avocado is a largely like mid flavor.
I don't really I like the taste of avocado. I like that smoothness, the creaminess kind of to it. I don't like that mouthfeel on certain textures.
I can totally understand where you're coming from. There's certain things I don't like avocado on myself.
And to be honest, when you put avocado on certain things like that, to me, it starts turning that brown and gross and kind of the.
It just seems weird. It does seem odd to put an avocado spread on a barbecue bacon burger.
Yeah.
Like, that seems like an odd combo.
Yeah, I went ahead because I said, you know what? This is the way you want me to have it. I'm going to try it this way and see what's going on. And I wasn't a fan of that. But the burgers, it was a tasty burger. I'd get it again.
I got to ask you this, because I will judge a place based on how they do this. Was the cheese placed onto the burger prior to it being put onto the sandwich? Did it have a chance to have some melt onto the burger? Like, that's a big deal.
It did, yes.
Okay. There's only a couple of places that actually do that.
It was blended with the rest of the sandwich.
Okay.
It wasn't just slapped on afterthought.
Like
it wasn't.
Assembly. Okay.
It didn't appear to be just slapped on like right before they wrapped up the sandwich.
That makes a legit difference. Like the burgers, like I talk about it all the time, but when I go back home, I always go to Brahms. The burgers at Brahms, I think Dairy Queen does this too. They put the cheese on the patty before they take it off the grill, and that makes a massive difference.
Oh yeah, that's the way I cook them at home.
Right.
When I cook
So it's like more like a home style burger.
Yeah. But so they had those burgers. Then they had the Jenny, which is the chicken sandwich.
Okay.
They have two chicken sandwiches.
Is Jenny like one of their like wives? Or?
It's Jenny McCarthy.
Oh.
It's Donnie Wahlberg's
wife.
wife.
Okay. So
that's her sandwich, the Jenny. So
you can trust that the chicken's never been injected. It doesn't believe in vaccines.
That chicken sandwich, by the way, was a 10.
That chicken does not never been vaccinated.
I don't remember all the stuff on it, but it tasted delicious to me.
Nice.
They have a ranch chicken sandwich.
Was it crispy or grilled?
No, grilled.
Okay.
It was grilled.
Really?
Yes.
So for you to be that in on a grilled chicken sandwich,
I like grilled chicken. I like both.
See,
I'm a
I always
chicken
pictured
guy.
you. I always pictured you as every time crispy chicken.
Not every time.
Like that's just
no. I like
feel
chicken.
like that's your move.
I lean more towards breaded, but no, I do like it. Certain places don't do it right, and it looks like a slimy piece of nasty.
I 100% agree.
And so
I used
that
to make the chicken at certain places, so I know.
So I don't necessarily get into that, but
right.
But yeah, if it's a well done grilled chicken, yeah, I'm all. If it doesn't look like it came out of somebody's fish tank, yeah, then I'll eat it.
Sure.
And then they had so they had the chicken, and they had like the burgers, and then they got like salads.
Now I heard rumor that fries don't necessarily come with the burgers. You order separate.
Yeah, you order everything separate. Yeah, everything's a la carte.
Because Tanner told me that the time he went, he didn't get fries. He forgot.
Oh, so, yeah.
But that raises the question: how were the fries?
Fries were great. They were nothing fancy.
Okay.
Just simple, good, tasty
shoestring,
fries.
crinkle cuts. What are we talking?
They were. No, they weren't shoestring. They weren't steak fries. They weren't crinkle. They were just standard fare. I don't know, with your
like
finger
the natural
fries.
cuts.
Yeah, natural cut style fry. Yeah, natural cut. That's exactly what
Gotcha.
it is. Got a little bit
Still
of the
skin. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not overpowered. It was tasty. They were crispy.
Nice.
I ate the entire basket, and even when they were cooling down, were tasty. So
what about the? See, this is where I grill you. Pardon the pun. What about the portion size? Because a lot of places you can kind of gauge. Oh, you're going to give me a whole bag full of fries, like the Five Guys experience. You only order one thing of fries.
It's you know what? Two people could split that Okay. It's like a basket of fries.
Okay.
It's standard size basket. And I ate the whole thing myself, and I was full.
Right.
But you could easily split that and be satisfying, I think, for you and a date, perhaps. Sure. Splitting that be good. They also have onion rings and tater tots.
Ooh.
So, and I did not try the onion rings or tater. I'd had fries when I had it. And then they got
tater tot, or I'm sorry, onion rings are kind of those are kind of hit or miss for me too. It's got to be because I hate when I'm eating an onion ring. I take a bite and pull the whole piece of onion out. It's got to have at least some separation. I don't want minced onion in it, but it's got to have a little bit of like separation.
Now, do you like onion rings that are all uniform and same round and shape, or do you like the au naturel?
I like them weird. I like when
they
cut an onion in half and they just take the different rings, shapes, and sizes and throw those in.
Gotcha.
The ones I love, my favorite onion rings are the ones that aren't actually a ring, where like the batter has like those cone onions, where like the batter covers the top and you got like a nice little like nugget,
like a
onion.
crispy bugle.
It's like an onion nugget, yeah, exactly.
Crispy bugle.
I like that. I like the onion rings is what inspired Roy to step in.
Hey, we all have our thing.
That's right.
But
onion rings are a fallacy.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry.
They're real. They're not fake.
They're not.
I've seen them.
But they're just onions in like bread, and you can take the bread off, and you have an onion. And it's not even a grilled onion.
But why is it fallacy? It's real. It's a real onion.
It's like,
I mean, it's right in the title.
You're eating an onion with extra steps.
Holy
sort
moly.
of.
I love the way your brain works. Yes, you are.
You're correct.
But when's the last time you sat down and ate an onion like a hand fruit and had not gotten weird looks from the public?
Well, no, I just grill it.
You do that, but then if you fry it, then it's a
so
whole
much
side
better.
dish.
Yeah, because then it's battered and it's.
What's the difference between that and say a fried pickle?
Batter.
It's the same thing. You cut up a pickle, batter it, and drop it in grease, and there you go. It's no different than the onion ring.
Yeah, it's a pickle with extra steps.
A pickle is just a cucumber with
extra steps.
Well, what do you think everything is? Everything is something. Hey, Roy, French fry is just a potato cut up.
You baffle me sometimes, homie. You're like, I could just sit and eat a potato. Why would I want to fry this?
Well, no, because you don't put the piece of potato in batter.
Because when you do stuff to it, it changes its profile.
And then when you take the batter off, it's still a raw potato underneath.
Hold on, though. But let's back up and ask, why do you take the batter off? Why don't you just enjoy it in like?
And by the way, it's a cooked.
It just comes off when you bite it. It's like you can see the
the innards.
It's not connected to it. At all. It's just weird.
All right. Well, let me. You're gonna make me talk science, and I'm bad at
science. My brain works weird. I nitpick stuff like this all the time.
Hold on, I love when he pours,
and I love making people mad.
It's not even mad. I'm just baffled. Well, yes, it is extra steps, but those steps make it better.
All right. Did you ever take a chemistry class in high school?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember in chemistry class where they say, okay, you take this property here, you take this chemical compound, and it's got its properties, and it does its thing. And then you take this chemical and this chemical compound, and it's got its properties and does its thing. But then they're two separate things. But then you put them together, and they create something all new.
You have a chemical reaction.
Yes. Yeah. That's onion rings, my friend.
Yeah.
That is onion rings.
You just summed up onion rings with science.
You take
but
something.
The onion doesn't change.
Yes, it does.
It changes its taste.
It softens.
Its texture.
The membranes soften once you fry it. Once you add heat to an onion, it's.
And by the way, if you ever eat a onion piece raw and it's so oniony, but you eat an onion ring, it tampers down the onion, enhances the flavor part without the offensive part. And then says, here's a general batch of fried and grease to go with it.
I guess, you could grill an onion, and that would be a healthier option. And yes, it would still change those membranes.
But don't taste like an onion ring.
Well, it changes more. It gets even more.
It definitely softens a lot more, for sure. But at the same time, you're not getting, batter. You're not getting, fried batter, which is the whole reason most people eat onion rings to begin with.
Cooking's all chemistry, man. It's really it's all science, and that's what
I think we just cracked the egg of Roy. Like why you're okay eating a raw egg is it's extra steps. This explains. I just learned so much about you. in one sitting.
There you go.
It's you don't like extra steps. Cut to the chase.
A little bit.
I get that.
So in your head, if you took flour, sugar, and egg, some seasoning, threw it in your mouth, and shook it up, would you just eat cake?
I just had a cake. Not a cake.
No.
I mean, that's what I'm wondering. I mean, in your head, did you think, like, if you throw that in your mouth, you just ate cake?
No, anything's just, you can blend any food and then just liquefy it and eat it that way.
You can.
Want, but
I mean, I would
that's
recommend
the Kanye
it.
West method. If your jaw is wired shut from a horrible accident,
Yeah.
you could blend whatever. You can a whole rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, you could do a lot of things. You just shouldn't.
All that chicken's cloned.
So the point we're getting at, Wahlburgers, fantastic stuff. How are their shakes? Because I hear a lot about their shakes.
I did have a shake. It was very good. It was a good, tasty shake.
Now, is it just the 3 options? Because a lot of people just do the chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. Did they have like a banana?
No. I'm trying to think if they even had strawberry. I think they just had chocolate or vanilla.
Really? So because when you commit to just the two or three flavors, that's when you know you got a good shake.
I think they just have the 2.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing a strawberry shake on there.
Hand spun, real ice cream, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
They got their little. They did the whole thing.
Heck
made
yeah.
ice cream. Yeah.
Well played, Wahlburgers.
It was a $6 shake, but it was good.
So it was a real milkshake.
I respect a place that puts the price in the name of, like Carl's Jr. used to do their $6 burgers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's a we're telling you it's an expensive burger, but you're getting quality for that.
Yeah, exactly. It's and then another restaurant that I hate there twice. It's called the Broken Arrow Tap House or Tap House.
Right.
I think it is. It's their
This
is their beer house. They got like over 70 some beers, 75 beers on tap or something.
This is the home of the famed fried bologna sandwich, correct?
Roger Dodger.
All right.
Yeah. So my first meal when I got to the inn, we got there around 12:31, 1-ish. A room wasn't ready till later, and we were like, "Let's go grab a bite."
Sure.
So went there, and they had a fried bologna sandwich on the menu, and I'm like,
awesome.
I'm getting a fried bologna sandwich. I paired it with something I would not recommend again. I wanted a hard cider, and so I like hard cider.
I love a hard cider, but I feel like that's something you don't eat with.
Well, I didn't want a beer, and I was in a tap house, so I got a hard cider.
Okay.
But I tried a local Mexico. The local is a New Mexico one. And I should have just got the regular. I ended up getting some kind of weird watermelon and apple, and it was too sweet, gross. It was like a cider with this weird gum watermelon-y, like watermelon gum aftertaste.
Watermelon's a hard one to nail.
It was tough to get down.
If it's not natural watermelon, that's a hard sell.
But the fried bologna sandwich was tasty, and it was a thick cut, half-inch, I guess.
That was a nice little slab.
Yeah.
So I tried to replicate this again last night.
Did you?
And what I did, because the first time when I saw the sandwich that he posted on Facebook, I'm like, I want that tonight. So I went and had single slice bologna, regular sandwich. Last night I went baller. I went 3 slices of bologna.
Okay, you went thick cut.
Thick cut, and I charred that bad boy. Because we were talking yesterday about the level of char.
Yeah, and that was one thing I wish they put a little more char on that bad boy. It was a little underdone in my bologna cooking.
Generally, with like the fancier places, everything is on a timer. So they're going to turn it when they turn it, so everything's uniform. But
sure.
Yeah, get a little extra.
I want a little bit of something on
Put a little sizzle on my bologna.
Yeah.
On your bologna.
But I will say coleslaw and mustard is an excellent pairing for a fried bologna sandwich.
I never would have thought coleslaw.
Coleslaw mustard.
That
makes sense. That's a good trio there.
Coleslaw is almost always a fantastic sandwich additive.
And here's the thing. I hate coleslaw except for when I put it on sandwiches. I love it on barbecue. I love it on barbecue. I love it on, apparently bologna sandwiches, but I don't eat coleslaw by itself.
I'm one of those people that will judge you based on what your coleslaw is. Like what coleslaw game you be slinging.
Yeah.
There was, and this is years ago, there was a restaurant in town that used to put pineapple in their coleslaw.
Wow.
It's a game changer when it comes to coleslaw. I would sit and I could eat a pound of this coleslaw just by itself.
Wow.
It was amazing.
See, my wife's a coleslaw connoisseur. I don't like it except for on sandwiches.
You know what? That is my new favorite. What do you like in your sandwich? Mayo, mustard, coleslaw.
Yeah.
That's a baller move, man.
Well, I got to take a break here, but I remember when they started doing Smoking on the Pecos down there in Artesia, big competition barbecue deal. It's a big deal, and they get big guns. But anyway, they were doing the food at one of the car shows one year. They were doing barbecue sandwiches at the car show, and I asked him. I said, "Well, is coleslaw available on the barbecue sandwich?" And they looked at me like, "What do you mean?" And I said, "Coleslaw. You put it on, like, think of it like lettuce on a sandwich. Yeah. You put it on." And they were looking at me like, "That's a thing?" I said, "Go back east. We do it all back east." To be honest, I didn't know it came with on it. I thought it was always part of it.
I've only ever done it on like pulled pork.
I've done pulled pork, pulled beef, any barbecue sandwich. I've had it on there. Brisket, don't matter. Coleslaw goes on it. It's just.
I'm definitely gonna go get. I'm telling you, after this, I'm gonna get me a mess of coleslaw.
But they were looking at me like that's not a thing out here, but then they started offering it. They said, "You know what? We'll make it an offer." And turns out people are like, "Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna get the one with coleslaw," and everyone's like, "Hey, this is pretty good. This coleslaw in there," and they were acting like I invented it. Right? I'm like, "You realize this has been going on in many parts of the area that you just don't know."
Michael, you understand what you just turned down?
Huh.
I have a bucket list of very few items, and one of those items is I want a sandwich named after me. That is, I have very low goals in life, but all I want someone to name a sandwich after me. You had the opportunity to have a sandwich named after you.
The Mike Slaw.
Oh, the Winners. They could call it the Mike Winners.
Yeah, could have.
I'm just,
Well, maybe we can convince.
That ship sailed off in the night.
Maybe we can convince some restaurant around here to make some sandwiches after us.
How hard is it to make a sandwich called the Sean Smalls?
Yeah.
Reach out.
Or a hot dog.
I'll endorse the bejesus out of the thing.
Of course, you could just crowbar into anybody that's called a sandwich "You're Killing Me" Smalls and say, "Yeah, it's named after me."
Oh, I know, and I'm thinking about it. I've seen it.
I'm sure there's sandwiches and everything.
But that's not here. That's in Artesia.
Well, I think just in general, because of the Sandlot movie, there's any place that's got a nostalgic themed.
Well, there's a whole restaurant in Oklahoma called Sean Smalls.
Nice.
Or I'm sorry, Shorty Smalls.
Shorty Smalls.
Yeah, so it was the original. Yeah, Shorty Smalls. So that's the whole restaurant. But I just want the Sean Smalls.
There you go.
I don't know what would be on it. We can decide that in post.
Coleslaw goes good on salmon.
I've never thought of that.
Long John Silver's has this rice bowl that you can get with either salmon or shrimp, but they sneak in a little bit of coleslaw in there.
Okay.
And with
it's like a famous bowl but fancy.
and
I didn't even know Long John's had salmon.
I didn't either. I still question whether you had it. I'm like, you sure you had salmon?
And with the Baja
There's about
sauce.
as much lobster in those lobster bites as there isn't a crab.
And with the Baja sauce, it's really, really good.
Good. I've had their Baja sauce. That I like. But, I question how much salmon's there. All right, we got to take a break before news. It's 7:52. Quick news, quick break. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. New details in a recent Artesia murder case. Artesia police say they're still looking for a person of interest in connection to the death of Ginger Acosta. Acosta's body was found on July 7th at the Legacy Inn in Artesia, but now police are asking the public for help in finding 23-year-old Tatiana Mata and 27-year-old Jorge de la Cruz. Artesia police said these two were thought to have been 2 of 4 people that had been with Acosta in the hours before she died. Police stopped short of calling the 2 suspects. Meanwhile, 31-year-old Kyla Salmon and 29-year-old Crystal Montoya, who had been listed as person of interests, they were no longer being investigated in connection to the case. Now in Lee County, a disturbing case that involves a mother allegedly stabbing to death her 11-year-old son. Before the boy died, he told hospital staff his mother had stabbed him. Bruce Johnson Jr. succumbed to the injuries Monday morning. The boy's father called police to report that he was asleep when he heard the commotion. Police said 49-year-old Mary Johnson suffered self-inflicted stab wounds to her chest. She is now recovering at a hospital in Lubbock, Texas. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
I've been talking about the consequences of what's posted on your social media accounts way before the days of MySpace. But in its short 5-year life, before Facebook overtook it, careless MySpace.com postings cost people their jobs, promotions, political races, and occasionally even their marriages. And now, the state of New York will consider your social media accounts to determine if you deserve to own a firearm. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network now goes farther than ever before. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 today. The state's exact wording is, social media accounts will be used to review the applicant's character and conduct. That is, if you brag about partying all the time, hating the cops, posing with your guns, something, unless you're a hunter, I never understood, I can pretty much guarantee that you won't be buying any kind of gun in the state of New York. And I fully expect that other states will follow New York's lead. Get my 30-minute podcast perfect for walks and commutes called Kim Commando Today. Search for Commando with a K. Summer is starting and prices are rising on just about everything. But when it comes to the cost of your prescriptions, checking GoodRx can help. With GoodRx, you can save a few bucks and maybe put it toward a road trip or a staycation, something fun to celebrate the season. GoodRx helps you compare prescription prices at local pharmacies and can save you up to 80%. Comparing prices is important because what a lot of people don't realize is that prescription prices can vary from one pharmacy to the next, sometimes by as much as $100. But with GoodRx, you'll have the information you need to help you find the lowest price. GoodRx has saved consumers $40 billion to date and can help you save money too. For simple, smart savings on your prescriptions, check GoodRx. Go to goodrx.com/Kim. That's goodrx.com/Kim.
GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, Medicare and Medicaid. In 2021, GoodRx users saved 81% on retail prescription prices.
It's possible to turn peanut butter into diamonds. Peter Pan tried it with his buddy Skippy, but they couldn't do it in a jiff. Here's Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Except for an isolated afternoon thunderstorm, we'll be staying sunny and hot today with our afternoon highs in the low 100s. Overnight looks clear with low 70s, and then a sunny and hot day coming up on Friday, low 100s again. About the same for Saturday with sunshine and temperatures right around the 100-degree mark. Maybe an afternoon shower Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. It's not the news Americans want to hear. U.S. inflation surged to a new 4-decade high in June because of rising prices for gas, food, and rent, squeezing household budgets and pressuring the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates aggressively, trends that raise the risk of a recession. The Biden administration and congressional Democrats are warning of dire ramifications for the economy and for national security if Congress fails to pass a bill by the end of July that is designed to boost semiconductor manufacturing in the United States. Their appeals have grown increasingly urgent as Senate Republicans led by Mitch McConnell threaten to block the computer chip legislation, creating a standoff that threatens to derail one of the biggest bipartisan initiatives in Congress. Republicans have tied their cooperation to Democrats not moving forward with a separate package of energy and economic initiatives. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Sometimes when you hit the road hits back. That's why MTA Mechanics and Tire carries major brands like Bridgestone, Cooper, and Michelin. Not only do you get top brand tires, but you also get a nationwide warranty. So wherever you are, MTA Mechanics and Tire has you covered. Stop by or let MTA come to you with their MTA Mobile Tire Shop, covering Roswell, Carlsbad, and Artesia. They can come to your home, office, or even the airport. And alignment is included on all sets of 4 tires. MTA Mechanics and Tires, getting you back on the road. When you can't be home, make your space feel more like home with Candlewood Suites Roswell, New Mexico, featuring extended stay rooms, complete with kitchenettes in a quiet area, plus plenty of great amenities, including free hot coffee 24/7, and the Candlewood Cupboard 24-hour convenience store, plus the Candlewood Gym and free laundry facilities. Cool off in the outdoor pool, complete with hot tub, and enjoy the outdoor gazebo and grills. And the Candlewood Lending Locker for stuff you couldn't pack, like crock pots, board games, and more. Call 575-623-4300 to find out more. Candlewood Suites, where everyone here is sweet on you. Your home home away from home.
Find your path to a greater future at Eastern New Mexico University. With degrees offered both on campus and online, ENMU has the flexibility that you're looking for, and with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship, New Mexico residents can now start, continue, or finish their bachelor's degree tuition-free at ENMU. For more information, visit enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success, that's what we're about.
At Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium, we honor and pay tribute to the achievements of your loved one by celebrating the life you shared together. Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium is compassionate and cares about our local community and the families we serve here in southeastern New Mexico. Locally owned and operated, we will be here to help you decide how to celebrate the bond you've shared and pay tribute to the unique individual you've lost. Visit us at 2609 South Main in Roswell or call 622-5888.
Up your spotting game with the help of Zia Guns USA in Roswell. Zia Guns USA is now an authorized full-line Tacticam dealer. The same scopes, cameras, and spotting equipment that the big boys use on TV. So now you can capture your hunt like never before. Zia Guns USA in Roswell also has a new shipment of knives by Benchmade and Case. Come check out the amazing selection for yourself. Take your hunt to the next level with Zia Guns USA in Roswell. Closed on Saturdays but open on Sundays at 1907 North Main in Roswell.
Your home for Armed American Radio is 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
Closing on 8 o'clock. Town Hall News next. We'll be back.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. More evidence that the cancer of inflation has spread to every corner of the U.S. economy. The Labor Department is out this morning with its Producer Price Index for June. The measure of inflation before it reaches consumers soared 11.3% last month compared to a year earlier. President Biden assuring Israel's prime minister that the U.S. has the Jewish state's back.
You have an ironclad commitment from the United States of America to Israel's security, an ironclad commitment. We'll make sure that Israel can defend itself by itself.
Of particular concern, the prospect of a nuclear-armed Iran. Israeli Prime Minister Lapid says there's only one way to keep that from happening.
Words will not stop them, Mr. President. Diplomacy will not stop them. The only thing that will stop Iran is knowing that if they continue to develop their nuclear program, the free world will use force. The only way to stop them is to put a credible military threat on the table.
The president has said he prefers a diplomatic solution to the standoff, but he refuses to rule out the use of force as a last resort. Surge of COVID cases has some jurisdictions talking about a return to mask mandates.
Nationwide, 81% of the latest COVID-19 cases are driven by the highly transmissible Omicron variants BA5 and BA4, which have shown an ability to get around the protection offered by vaccination, pushing hospitalizations and deaths higher in recent weeks.
Correspondent Donna Warder. On Wall Street, sell-off underway this morning. Right now, the Dow down 564 points. The NASDAQ is off 198, the S&P 70 points lower. More on these stories at townhall.com.
If you're considering protecting your retirement with gold or silver, listen up. Mark Davis here. One company I trust for this, Advantage Gold, the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. They are so passionate about teaching people how to own physical gold and silver. They've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because they really educate their clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. Call 800-900-8000. 800-900-8000. Talk to one of their experts. They can send you a free gold kit along with a free copy of the Wall Street Journal national bestseller, The Great Devaluation. Number again, 800-900-8000. Don't wait any longer. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value, all from Advantage Gold. 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Call Advantage Gold today. 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Flooding and a heat wave resulting in multiple deaths in eastern China.
Record high temperatures have been identified just east of the global business hub Shanghai, topping out at 107 degrees Fahrenheit on Wednesday. Neighbouring coastal provinces are also suffering under high heat, while further inland many people have been hospitalised for heat stroke with an as yet unreported number of deaths. Experts say such extreme weather events are becoming more likely because of climate change. Also, warmer air can store more water, leading to bigger cloudbursts when it's released. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Economists expect Russia's war in Ukraine to wreak havoc with the European Union's economic recovery for the foreseeable future, with lower annual growth rates, along with record high inflation. News and analysis at townhall.com. Guam's top prosecutor says a law banning virtually all abortions is invalid and will not take effect.
That means the status quo allowing women to obtain abortions via telemedicine may continue in the predominantly Catholic U.S. territory. Guam's Attorney General issued his opinion last week in response to questions from senators asking whether the overturning of Roe v. Wade would affect Guam's 1990 law. That law made it a felony for a doctor to perform an abortion except to save a woman's life or prevent grave danger to her health. Keith Peters reporting.
U.S. officials approving a request by American Airlines to resume flights from Miami to 5 destinations in Cuba. Flights that were halted in 2019 when the Trump administration sharply cut back on air service between the U.S. and Cuba. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
Now it is I that deuces.
Here on Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Been a while since I got to the deuce.
You haven't deuced in a while.
Except for yesterday.
You did deuce.
But it was an off-site deuce.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
It's nice to deuce back at home, you know?
It is. Everyone likes to do the deuce in their home con.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. So
there's a whole character in American Pie all about that.
I get it. I understand. I understand. I understand. I too.
Oh no, I know you do. I've seen you do it. Like I gotta go home and like it's right here. But I get it. Home bowl.
Yeah. It is what it is. But happy Thursday. Welcome to it. Hope you're having a good one. Hope you like hot weather, because I think that's what we're getting for like the next week.
Yeah.
Sunny, 103.
I'm just sick of being like constantly moist. Like head to toe moist.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of it.
All I've seen in monsoon season is a smidge of rain, but more humidity.
So much humidity.
Yeah.
It has been
kind of a bummer.
Wildly humid in Roswell over the last couple of days.
Yeah. Yeah, but hopefully, we'll see what happens. But it's going to be it's like, I'm looking in it. All I'm seeing is above 100 and I'm looking through next Wednesday.
Sunday, we're supposed to get a bit of a reprieve. Yesterday, they were saying 95 for the high, or day before yesterday.
Not now.
Oh, come on, National Weather Service.
The only time it dips below 100 is at night. 101 today. 102 tomorrow. 103 Saturday. 103 Sunday. 103 Monday. 104 Tuesday.
Come on.
102 Wednesday.
Ooh, nice. A little break. When you've been to 104, 102 doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah, so that's what's coming up the next week here. So, yeah, sorry, folks. Unless you like that sort of thing.
Then what's wrong with you? Who didn't hug you?
Well, we do live in New Mexico.
I'm not going to hug you right now because it's too hot.
It is. We do live in southeast New Mexico. It kind of goes with the territory.
Dude, I had my kids last night, and when we woke up this morning, my son was laying at the foot of his bed in front of the air conditioner.
With that guy warm?
Poor guy.
He just kind of gravitated to the cool.
So bad. It sucks right now. Sorry.
You know what I saw a video of yesterday for like 5 minutes, and I could not stop watching it, and I don't know why I watched it from the beginning. It was literally 5 minutes of a video of a couple of otters playing in a bucket of ice.
Nice.
And it was delightful to watch, and I don't know why. Like because they were rolling around in it, eating the ice, playing with it. You would have thought they were just happy as could be, and it was like, huh.
You know why?
Huh.
Okay, so are you familiar with the subreddit iBleach?
No, I'm not.
You should check it out, because what it is they understand the world around us is a terrifying place. The world around us sucks. So for a quick second, they're going to give you a little dose of just bliss. It's just,
you know what?
Nice.
I get that.
Otters playing in a bucket of ice. That's just, there's nothing. Nobody can look at that and make a racist statement. Nobody can look at that and say that oh, this is woke culture. Nobody can look at that and make any judgments other than that is adorable.
And you know what? I get that. And maybe I felt that. Maybe I was sitting there going, I kind of want to roll around in a bucket of ice with some otters.
It's literally that guy that was like, y'all ever frolic in a field? It's just take a second and just do something that doesn't hurt anyone, that's not going to insult or offend anyone, and just be one with stuff. I totally understand that. But yeah, I get it. It's basically just like pictures of puppies and kitties.
Yeah, I just got fascinated. I sat there and and I don't know why. I'm just sitting there going, look, he's eating the ice. And like,
now,
he's playing with
that right there would take me out of it, because I'm like, dude, you've been floating in that ice.
They didn't care.
That's got your stink of the day on it.
But they were like, literally, he'd roll around in it, and then like to get an ice cube on his chest and bat it around, and then all of a sudden I hear him crunching.
That's
just
awesome.
And then the second one would dive in.
It just lets you know there's still some humanity in the world. You know?
It's nice.
It's a good thing.
I did get a text saying that heat stroke and death are up 27%. Wow. I guess death-related heat strokes.
Right.
Yeah, whatever.
Heat stroke and also, weirdly, diabetes.
But, death rate up 27% nationwide. So
hydrate up, people. That's all I can say.
There you go.
I've been wandering around with, drinking, I literally have consumed about a gallon of water every single day for the last week.
Hydrate.
That's right. It's the elixir of life, people.
I keep my blue jug with me almost everywhere I go to hydrate.
Robert Reynolds was one of our guests a couple days ago.
Yeah.
We didn't have water in the building. He was greatly offended. He said, I've been coming here for 6 years.
Well, we have water today.
I know. It just made me laugh.
We were out of water last week for a couple days there.
Yeah. 6 years. Okay. Next time we'll have water. So, Gene came strolling about 20 minutes after you left yesterday.
Oh, I talked to him. I saw him in the lobby and talked to him for a minute.
Nice.
Yeah. Before I left yesterday. So, yeah. Roy was just telling me that story about right in between the news break.
So you've heard.
I caught wind. I
heard tell there was a water issue.
Well, I get it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
6 years coming here for water, and we didn't have water that day. What the heck is wrong with us?
Abe Vigoda was pissed. Sorry.
I get it. No, I understand. The man has a schedule and a set way of things, and we messed that up for him. And I get that.
Yep.
I'd yell at me too.
We'll do better next time.
That's right.
That's right.
But yes, I know what you're saying, and I laugh hard with you. But
there are a few moments in radio that really I'm very proud of.
Well, and this is society. This is all society. This is the new society. People, you do nice things for people, and they expect it as, why aren't you doing that all the time? And then when something changes, and I'm not, I know everyone's hearing this like, dang. What I'm saying is we live in a world where it's like, no matter how much free things people give you, someone will still complain about something. Right. And it's like, oh, I want to do it, offer you all this, but you didn't give me. I was like, how much you pay for this again? How much did you pay?
I feel like this is why I feel like I might be autistic, because I have a subreddit for everything you've talked about this morning. There's a subreddit called Choosing Beggars.
Yeah.
And it's basically exactly what you're talking about. It's like, well, I guess sometimes beggars can be choosers. It's like, free couch. All right, can you bring it to my house? It's a free couch. Right? Come get it.
How about you put some kind of minimal effort to obtain this free service for you?
Could you put my feet up for me?
Yeah. I could easily throw this in the dumpster and be done with it.
But otter's in a nice bucket. Forget about society for a minute.
Oh, man. But, I got another text. Let's see what this is about. I am. Oh. Okay, it was some statistics, nothing important. All right, it is 8:15. Amy McVeigh-Tejas with the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico going to join us here in just a bit. And then we'll talk about Heritage Dinner and also get an update on all the other things going on with the Historical Society right now, but mostly Heritage Dinner. That's our main discussion, which is next month here in August 25th. So we will chit-chat with Amy here in just a bit. Later on this hour, we'll get you up to date with news of the local variety along with your Town Hall Wall Street business update and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. Before we do any of that, let's take a look at that weather. Sorry, it's going to be hot.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Except for an isolated afternoon thunderstorm, we'll be staying sunny and hot today with our afternoon highs in the low 100s. Overnight looks clear with low 70s, and then a sunny and hot day coming up on Friday, low 100s again. About the same for Saturday with sunshine and temperatures right around the 100-degree mark. Maybe an afternoon shower Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. I'm trying to refresh my weather. Come on in. And what I am seeing is whatever's out at the airport taking those gauges. These two, probably, whatever you want, don't matter. He'll yell at you if you want to move. But apparently, a little gauge is not working because I'm getting NA for all our current temps out at the airport right now. So currently, I don't know. NA. Humidity, NA. Wind speed, NA. Barometer, NA. Dew point, NA. And visibility, NA. So take that piece of information, do absolutely nothing with it. But I'll tell you, it's going to be hot pretty much from here to eternity. It's going to be 101 today, 102 tomorrow, 103 Saturday, 103 Sunday, 103 Monday, 104 next Tuesday, and 102 next Wednesday. Need I say more? There's your weather. All right, it is 16 minutes after 8 o'clock. I'm sorry. I wish I had good news and everything. It's sunny and hot and no current temps. So on that note, I'm going to take a break. It is 8:17. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to have Jason Garcia and Amy McVeigh-Tejas join us from the Historical Society here for Southeast New Mexico. That's coming up here in just a minute, a few minutes, 4 to be exact. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away.
Your home is your sanctuary, and the land it's built on is even more precious. So when termites start devouring your house, you want a proven treatment that's environmentally responsible. You want the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System. The Centricon system is the green way to protect homes from subterranean termites. Rather than surrounding your house with hundreds of gallons of diluted chemical solution, the Centricon system strategically uses just a few grams of active ingredient in termite bait. working with natural termite behavior to destroy termite colonies. With this technology, it's no wonder the Centricon system became the only termite treatment to receive the Presidential Green Chemistry Challenge Award from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. And homeowners rate the Centricon system as the most environmentally sound termite treatment. Your home is your sanctuary, so monitor, bait, and eliminate termites with the Centricon system. Think of it as your own little piece on Earth.
Call Bob Reed Pest Control today for all of Southeast New Mexico. 575-623-5344.
Martine's Capital Cafe in Roswell offers authentic and highly rated New Mexico food. Explore their amazing menu featuring huevos rancheros or asado with eggs or their green chili stew. And you can't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger, all made from scratch using their finest and freshest ingredients. Open for carryout with curbside delivery or limited dine-in. Just call ahead 624-2111. Martine's Capital Cafe, always pleasing the most refined palate. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th in Roswell. Fall classes at ENMU Roswell start August 15th. Register now on campus or online. Whether you're a new student, returning student, or want to learn new skills or a trade, we have the programs and financial aid to support you every step of the way. Take classes during the day, evening, or online. Talk with an advisor today. Call 575-624-7294 or log on to roswell.enmu.edu.
ENMU Roswell.
The lyrics of a Jeremy Camp song go like this. In all this searching, all the grasping, like we deserve much more than all the blessings we're holding. So now I'm running free into an ocean of mercy unending. So come and empty me so that it's you I breathe. I want my life to be only Christ in me. So I'll fix my eyes, cause you're my source of life. I need the world to see that it's Christ in me. What a beautiful song. James 5 is kind of an interesting chapter. It starts with a warning to those who are rich. Do you consider yourself rich? Whether you think yourself rich or not, at the heart of the warning is the concept of focus. Are we focused on the things of this world or on the things above? Do we use the wealth God gives us, whether big or small, for His glory or for ours? Do we use what we have for our good alone or for the good of others? Christ never condemns the rich, but He calls those who have been blessed to share the blessings and give God the glory. As the lyrics of the song profess, I need the world to see that it's indeed Christ in me.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
If you suffer from poganophobia, you would not want to attend a party with the following people: Kenny Rogers, Santa Claus, Willie Nelson, the cast of Duck Dynasty, and 2/3 of ZZ Top. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico. I had to take a breath before I said it. It's a big title. Jason Garcia and Amy McVeigh is back with us. Good morning, guys.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
Yeah, doing good.
Good deal. Life's summer. It's hot. It's
not too hot.
Yeah. I don't know. I hate seeing. This is why. I'm like, what happened to monsoon season? Weren't we supposed to get a couple more raindrops? All we got was some humidity and 100-degree weather. So
drops. That was it.
Yeah. So, but anyway, first off, before we talk about everything else, how's life at the home at the JP White House?
It's going, moving.
Nothing. No trees have hit it. No leaks. No foundations collapsed. Nothing.
Not yet.
Nothing.
Well, to be very literal, and we haven't talked about that.
Yeah.
There is a full tarp on the second floor of our largest room. And yes, there are concerns. And one of the good things is we haven't had sprinkles. Because the last time we had a large rain, there was a lot of water. We took care of it immediately. But yes, we do have roof concerns.
That's a new roof,
so
too,
it is.
isn't
So
it? It is.
That is not.
Oh, that one part.
That's part.
Okay.
See, so that's not. So when we talk about the museum, we don't have a new roof.
Gotcha.
We have a new roof pretty much everywhere else.
Gotcha, but
at the
that
museum,
part it doesn't.
That's
Okay.
right. So for those of you who are wondering, and we're talking about it, yes, we are still taking money, collecting for there's
all the
funds.
preventative maintenance that we do is
Yeah.
very expensive, but we keep up with it as best we can.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Which is kind of,
That's
point
so
of why we
important.
do some of the fundraising,
Yes.
when we
Yes.
have these things because, well, all of you homeowners out there know,
Yes.
it costs a lot of money to maintain and upgrade a house. And then let's put that caveat, this is a historical building and you can't just slap up some drywall and call it good. You
No,
gotta,
not even close.
Yeah, you gotta be more prestigious. I mean, you know what? Yesterday, and I was kind enough to be invited for the grand opening of Cahoon Armory over on the NMMI.
Beautiful facility.
Beautiful facility, but talking with the general and talking with Colonel Barone, the AD over there, and talking to some of the folks there. When the conservators go into that, just about any building on that campus, I think the general said all but 3 buildings on that campus are
totally renovated
or historical landmarks.
Oh yeah.
Like I think there's only like 3 buildings on that entire campus that aren't historical landmarks. The rest are historical landmarks. So anytime they renovate, remodel, it's a huge deal, a whole thing. And the JP White House is no different. It is the same thing. Anytime we have to do a roof replacement or any kind of major renovations to it, we have to. There's certain rules because it's historical. Certain construction techniques and things you have to stick to as close as possible the way originally done and all that. Materials, obviously, some materials and things it's impossible to replace. Asbestos and some of the things they used back in the day. We're like, probably shouldn't do that anymore.
Well, then as you talk about that, you having to stick to these rules and regulations, and that drives the expense up a little bit more and limits who can do the work.
Yeah, exactly. And then exactly. Who can do the work? And by the way, we're in COVID, which means supply demands 3 times higher than what it is. Availability of people to actually sit down and do the stuff is trickier. So that's really been probably the biggest hurdle that the Historical Society's been fighting. I mean, on top of keeping the museum available to people and all the things that you were doing during COVID to have that happen. But at the same time, our biggest struggle has been maintaining of that facility, keeping it available for the next generations to come see it.
And I'll tell you, one of our biggest challenges is to prioritize what's most important because, as you know, we don't have just an open checkbook to do all of the projects at the same time.
We have to prioritize the need by need and by,
We have wants. We talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
We have wants and we have needs.
Oh, yeah.
and then the list within the list.
Yes.
That's a numerical order of the wants and the needs.
Sure.
And we don't even really talk about the wants.
No, very rarely.
It's just a long-term goal.
I feel like it has been
We
a lot
have
of putting
goals.
fingers in plugs the last
What
couple
we
of
want
years.
is
what I
to
mean?
reduce the needs list.
Yes.
That's right. There you go.
But I can say this as a board member myself and sitting, we have a board and a group of people that have been amazing stewards and getting the most bang for our buck when it comes to doing this stuff. We've had many people that have helped and
a lot of generous people. That's true.
Yeah, not even just
people.
financially, but just making calls, making connections, just helping that way too to kind of streamline some things when we run into problems and stuff. We just have an amazing group, and we thank every one of those.
We do thank every one of those. And mentioning that, Mike, I think it's important. What a memorial tribute to David, our sweet David, that took care of our home for so many years.
We lost
I would like to say thank you to all the generous donors because in loving memory, his family requested that people make donations to the Historical Society in his name. And again, he's still blessing.
Yeah,
through that
I know the
name.
family wants to be kind of private on this, but just to kind of give people background a little bit.
Yeah.
We had a gentleman that lived in the carriage house, and he was, he just lived there to pay rent to live there, but by default, he kind of became watcher of the
Almost missed her
property.
everything.
Yeah, so this gentleman would constantly be working the property, helping and making things, and we lost him here a couple of weeks ago. And you know, not only was a great man, but he was a great asset to the Historical Society.
He's just a great human.
So we're missing him as a human, and we're missing him as a supporter of the Historical
Thank you to the family,
Society.
and his legacy continues because we continue to get donations in that will be helping us. So that's amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, before we get into Heritage Dinner here, we'd like to extend that invitation. If you want to get more involved with the Historical Society, we could use all the volunteers that would like to be out there. You know, whether it's serving as a docent in the museum itself, or working with some of the staff in the archive facility, helping organizing, categorizing. You know, doing the daily upkeep of maintaining an archive facility, or it could be, hey, I love gardening,
or mowing the grass.
Yeah, I love gardening. I love painting.
Right.
You want me to paint some trim?
Yeah,
or Sweet Joe. Sweet Joe comes in every Monday.
Yeah,
and he works every Monday with Fred. And thank you to Fred. Fred oversees all this. But what you can help the Historical Society at home folding brochures.
Yeah.
You can come in. You can be behind a locked door if you're not really a people person.
Yeah.
You can be outside. You can be in the archives. The list is long and distinguished, and including just with your whole family getting involved. We love families to get involved.
Absolutely.
We want to encourage the families to give tours. Jason is so amazing with his daughter.
Mom, dad,
to
the
come
kids.
through and help.
We have a couple
Making
families.
a family experience to really embrace history.
Right. Absolutely. There is a lot of great opportunities to go. And let's face it, there is perks that come with being, you know, because you get to peel back behind the curtain. You get to see, you know, not the parts the public don't get to be a part of. You get to, you know, learn things about that maybe you don't get in a tour, you know, as you're doing it, and you do the years like, you know, that, and you're like, and so if you become a docent, then you can work that into your tours.
We believe in perks, golden opportunities, or AKA blessings.
Yeah, or if, you know, like the archives facility, you love digging through and categorizing. Yeah. If you're an organizer or that type of person, I'm sure that committee would love to have some help.
And it's amazing what things you uncover just to helping. You know, you learn a whole lot more than what you see just on display.
Yeah,
you have no idea what all we
It's
have.
amazing. Yeah, and then the people that come through there.
The Historical Society is a huge treasure for Southeast New Mexico, and I know a lot of people like, oh yeah, it's a house with a bunch of old paintings and things or pictures, and I was like, but you got to think of it in terms of. We have like the Smithsonian Institute, right? And the Smithsonian does an amazing job of chronicling and keeping U.S. and world history. You know what I mean? You know, if you want to know what things that happen in this country, they've got things there that you can go back and peel back layers and learn. The Historical Society is that for Southeast New Mexico. The history of this part of the country. You're not going to find a more concise collection of information about Southeast New Mexico, history, lore, the whole thing, than you're going to find in the archive facility at the Historical Society. And I'm not trying to, you know, play scary, you know, devil's, you know, oh my good, gloom and doom, but what happens if we don't support that? What happens if, say, the Historical Society tomorrow runs out of money and they got to close that house and they got to close that archives facility? What's going to happen? What's going to happen to all that stuff? We're going to lose it to history. People are going to buy it off piecemeal. It's going to go back to attics and where it came from, you know, things like that, and lost to history. Yeah. And I think for that you know, that reason alone, it's so important to preserve. So when all of us are long gone, those generations will learn about what was going on here in Southeast New Mexico.
Yep.
And that's why the Historical Society is important.
Right.
And that's why the J.P. White House is important, because how many generations of Roswellians
many
have learned what turn-of-the-century homes and what it was like there, because they were taking tours through the J.P. White House and learning about, you know, butter didn't come from the store and, you know, all those kind of things. That's through the Historical
Well, we
Society.
get a lot of parents that said, I came through here in 4th grade, and then they're bringing their children through.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
And a friendly reminder, while school is starting, for all high school seniors that are coming through, we want to encourage them to get involved with the Historical Society, because we will definitely have scholarships coming up. And history clubs. Nothing would bring greater joy to the legacy of Elvis Fleming to know we've got history clubs at all the schools in Roswell.
Yeah, I know.
And private.
I know what
public or private.
I know Goddard and Roswell have kind of gotten theirs
well,
going.
And it's hard through this life
COVID's
of COVID and stuff.
We kind of
we're doing things a little bit differently, but that doesn't mean it's bad. But we want to encourage.
You just got to learn new ways to kind of make the magic
and arts,
happen.
We're just talking about that. So any way we can get involved with.
Well, and then, of course, another way, like maybe you're not one to get your knees in the dirt or any of that kind of stuff. But yeah, we need your bucks, too. Financially, we need
coins.
Whether it's loose change, you got a buck on you, come visit. Our bottle doesn't get as much attention because we don't get as much attract.
Locations from Roswell Seed, Roswell Livestock.
But are all of them the Coca-Cola bottles or some?
Most of them.
I think there might be one or two.
Some of the restaurants have smaller, like Peppers. They have one.
It's kind of like the R2D2
we have a lot of different
post office box out. There's only 400 of those in the country. That's a very rare piece. But it's kind of most of them look like blue, but occasionally there's a few other weird oddities in it.
A lot of throughout Roswell.
But if you see the big loose change thing on the front, that's for the Historical Society. Whatever. 50 cents, $2, whatever you drop in there, all of that helps. And we've collected a couple grand off those already.
We have, and thank you to Pioneer for partnering with us on that.
That's very appreciated.
That's been very helpful for some of our events happening at the thing, covering book fairs and things when we have those.
Anytime you hear of us doing an event, let that be a reminder to bring your change.
Yeah. By the way, before we get into Heritage Dinner, I know I was out of town this weekend. How did the Historic Book Fair go?
It was steady.
Yeah, Saturday.
It was steady. I
busy.
think there was a lot of things going on. We discussed, I think that a lot of people were worn out from the week before.
Oh, yeah.
So if we weren't as busy as we normally were, I think everybody was either hot or worn out.
Gotcha.
It was a short, quick event, but it was, we had a good, steady flow of people.
People that were determined to get books got their stuff.
Telling you what, there were some great deals on the table.
They're really.
It's hard to not pick them up.
If you're a collector or into that stuff, that's our problem.
Yeah.
As we see it, and they're like, and then we get home, and your family's like, why do you keep bringing this stuff home?
There are some treasures, though. There are books that you just can't go to Amazon and purchase.
Well,
but by the way, the new books, Donna's new book, John's new book, we've got them available, so call the museum at 622-8333. We'll ship, send them to you, have them autographed, and all that kind of stuff.
And if you're trying to get younger readers, your teens and stuff, the latest two books by both of them, by John. John's a novel, and is this his first real?
I believe that's right.
Like novel. Like
novel.
Mostly everything's work of nonfiction. Sure. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of history interwoven in this, but in essence, it's the stories told through the mind of a 12-year-old. So you're going to be, and I believe Donna's book on the ghostly. Oh shoot! It just
right.
But that's kid centric too. Now, don't get me wrong. Adults can read these, and you're going to get. Think of it like Harry Potter. It's multi-levels. Where the adults are like, that's pretty good. I liked it. Even though it's for kids, but it really does resonate
Follow us
with
on
adults.
Facebook or Instagram, and it has more information about both those books.
Good deal. Yeah, but they're both and if those don't strike you fancy, we got all their other books there too. So if you want to get back into Billy the Kid and Pat Garrett and all that, or Wicked Women and all that, we got those books there for it too. And of course Elvis's books.
Yeah.
The ones we have left, I think there might. Are we sold out completely on any of those?
Well, the treasures.
I know there's a couple that are more sought
after
than others.
Yes. Well, and Roundup on the Pecos is a true treasure.
That's the holy grail of
the treasures. The number one, we're very limited on.
Okay.
Yep.
So we basically we have the archive one, and that's it.
Well, we have very few.
Yeah. But be on the lookout for our next book fair here.
We have a lot of events coming up. As a matter of fact, that'll be posted on our website. Go to events. Whether it's the next blood drive we have coming up. I know we're going to do a spooky Southeast New Mexico talk in October with Donna and John.
Nice.
That'll be fun right before Halloween. So that's something that I just put on there. So go to our events calendar and just link. I think I was just communicating with her this morning. If you can't see it today, go tomorrow. Just some fun upcoming events.
Very cool. Yep. But the big event we'd like to put on people's radars is coming up here August 25th. It is, we'll call it a stroll down memory lane. Heritage Dinner drive-through fundraising event. We're basically, how many years now have we been doing the Heritage Dinner? It's
only 40.
Only 40. Right. Okay, I was like 30. I couldn't remember the number.
Well, 1981 was the very
first one. Okay, I was thinking 30s, but 40 now. We're up to 40. So we're honoring 40 years of Heritage Dinner recipients, basically. Right. So we've got a very long and distinguished list of some excellent people, organizations, entities, companies that we've honored over the years through the Heritage Dinner. And now we're kind of taking a look back and saying we're honoring all those folks. We're going to have we'll talk more about some of the festivities that are going to be going through the drive-through event. We're still kind of adding and working some of those angles now. But we got the part most people really care about, the food plan.
Wow.
The part that's like, yeah, that's great. What's for dinner?
And of course,
yeah, you're doing stuff great. What's for dinner?
Well, I haven't had breakfast, and it's already making me hungry.
So, but once again, we've partnered with our folks at Peppers here to provide a delicious meal, as they do every single time we have them help us out here. But it's going to be August 25th, and we kind of gotten people trained pretty good now how it works. It'll be just like before, where about 5:30 you can come to the Historical Society, pick up your tickets. We'll have some swag and opportunities and things, maybe some entertainment and some things, maybe happening.
Some Mike Winters hanging around in the parking lot.
Right.
That's right. My legs, I've been shaving, so just kidding.
You never know. It could be a mystery. You never know.
It could be.
Come through at your own risk.
But we're gonna do all the fun and things we normally do, and then you'll take your tickets over to Peppers. You get your meals, and then you can go home, and we'll probably have some stuff on the radio, I think, that you can listen to, and more to come as we kind of hammer out all those details. But August 25th, it's happening, and and it's just like before, where you can get a box, or you can basically buy a table of 8, which include your. But it's actually feeds bundle. 5 boxes, feeds 10 people. And we'll deliver it to you. Even John, unless you don't want John. If you say don't send me John, we'll say all right, we'll give you somebody else.
John's has his regular people now. Most of our board knows our regular people. So they're like, oh, hey.
They got their roots. They're like paper boys. They just know their roots and know the people on the route. Yeah, but. We'll be doing all of that again here too, but we do want to put this on your radar now. We want to start getting people to start getting their reservations done, because August 8th, which is only a couple weeks away,
is not that far away,
is the deadline to RSVP. And I know we do this every time, and I'm sure we're going to do it again because we want to make sure. We would love to. It would be great if Adam and his folks, we could say on the 8th. Here's our tally.
There you go.
That's it.
It's set in stone. I know that's not going to happen. I know it's not. I've been to a few meetings. All right, I know how this works. But let's if you guys can, let's go ahead and get those orders in, and again, this helps us. All this money goes to helping fix those roofs, to help with these programs.
Right.
All the stuff we do now, scholarships, that comes from generous donors. This money doesn't go to the scholarships. This actually goes to fixing roofs and making sure everything works. Keeping the lights on and then providing out education and outreach, our Sunday fun days and book fairs, all the things we have events that this helps pay for those things.
We want to add some enticement. We have worked hard on a commemorative booklet. And it will only be available to those individuals who purchase dinner tickets.
Here's a kind of a rough sampling of some numbers.
Right, and that's just the cover. But just to give you a little sample, we've got some one-of-a-kind, unique opportunities you will not see anywhere else in this commemorative booklet. And so we want to remind individuals to pay it forward. I hear this all the time. I'm not going to be in town. We want to encourage you to purchase a dinner box, and we'll pay it forward. We've paid it forward in the past to volunteers and special people that have impacted our lives or helped us or are working diligently on a regular basis. We love to pay it forward. That's part of this.
Yeah, remember that time?
It's not about us. It's not about us.
Absolutely.
Eating. It's about blessing others.
Absolutely. Remember that time your dog knocked down the neighbor's fence? Remember that time that the weed eater accidentally tore down your neighbor's rose bush there? Remember those things happen? They happen,
Right.
Maybe say, hey, I'm sorry about that. Here's a meal from for you and Joy from Peppers. Pay it forward that way, and that's or like you said, maybe if you're a business or buy you the table, and we'll deliver
the employees,
and we'll deliver to where you want to go. You want 2 meals here and 2 meals. All right, well, we'll take care of that for you.
And I do want to give a special thank you to Xcel Energy, that was a past recipient. They were past known as the Southwestern Public Service Company. They were honored in 2017. They just became a corporate sponsor.
Oh, good.
So shout out to them. I think it's important to know that they're not just in it to help, but they are literally part of our history. They literally help bring lights to Roswell, Mexico. Yeah. We've literally taken a trip down memory lane with them.
Mike and everybody there at Xcel have been strong supporters for the historicals and many other facets of our community, by the way.
Almost everything.
But yeah, they've been a real friend of the Historical
history.
Society. And we thank them for them and many others. We have other people and organizations that every time something they're there and support us. We
100%.
We can't do what we do without that support. So we thank those folks. And we're asking to enjoy some delicious food again with us and buy some dinners and all this. But I point you back to what I started this conversation with, is what happens that we're doing this because if we can't guarantee the future of that building and that facility and what's inside of it. This is how we guarantee the future of that. So this is why I ask you every couple times a year to come and enjoy food and drive through and come do all this, because we want to honor everybody, and that's part of it too. I don't want to get lost in the please buy dinners.
Right.
We do want to honor, because we have some amazing people and amazing organizations. Not all of them are still with us after 30 or 40 years, but all of them have made huge impacts in our community and continue to do so in many cases. And we would love to just remind everybody that these great people are the reason we have such wonderful things in this community.
For sure.
And let's remember that. And so, on that note, we want you to remember all that and then buy a bunch of food.
That's right. Or pay it forward or make it notice.
Exactly. I guess we should do the menu, huh? If we're dangling a carrot of food, I should probably
if you're Mike Winters, that is high. That's very important.
And I just had this conversation where I was on vacation. People were like, what'd you do? I was like, I ate a lot. And they were like, wait, I base everything on food. What was the food like?
Well, that's vacation.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I went to Vegas. And it's like, what did you do? I was like, I love the place that had the burger. I love the place that had that. Yeah, so. But anyway, the menu, Adam's prepared a very delicious menu here. Of course, something that I think at this point we just have to have it, because I don't know if I opened my mouth or someone else did, but the shrimp for two appetizer, those every time I get them, I don't know why they call them shrimp. They're not. They're big. But they got the shrimp, so they'll come with that. And then we've got one beef entree with braised beef tips. Beef tips. That's a big California thing. Tri-tip and beef tip. I mean, I don't know why it's not bigger everywhere, but Californians love that stuff, but I'll eat it. Or if you're not into beef, you're in the wrong part of the country, but so be it. Or the one chicken entree, which is a spinach and artichoke grilled chicken. So you're going to get a beef tip and then a spinach and artichoke grilled chicken. Ooh, that sounds good, too. Served with red new mashed potatoes. I love those. Summer squash medley, rolls and butter. And dessert for two. And I don't know what the dessert is, but every time I'm
disappointed.
Well, and that's just it. Every time I get the dessert, and I'm like, I'm not, because I'm a chocolate guy, and so it's usually a fruit thing, and I'm like,
I'm fruity, I'm not chocolate. No.
But you know what I mean? I tend to lean that way. So, but then I see it, I'm like, and then I'm like, all right, and then I take a bite, and I'm like, that's actually pretty good, and then I eat like the whole thing. I do it every single time. I don't eat both of them. It's a cherry thing. It's not chocolate. I do my little 10-year-old move, and then I devour the entire thing and be like, yeah, it's good. I do it every time. But we want to put it on your radar. August 25th. It'll be that evening of, which is a Thursday evening. We kind of usually do it on a Thursday evening that way, because the whole idea is to get you. I know. Thursday night's good TV night. That's when they put all the good shows on Thursday night. So you're going to want to be home. You're like, why do they keep putting these events on Thursday? That's when my Big Brother comes on, or that's when whatever comes on.
Get your meal and go sit down and watch the show.
Exactly.
You don't have to cook.
5:30 by 6:30 you're eating.
That's right.
And then you're ready to watch your shows.
Ready to watch the shows.
Yeah.
You can go to the website at roswellnmhistory.org to place your reservation.
Yep.
Make any type of donation, or if you have any questions or are not familiar, if this is your first time.
Yeah.
I know a couple of our board members are new. They're not familiar. So we're kind of walking them through.
Yeah.
You know, we're used to doing this, but it's a little bit different. But I think once you get into the flow of things, they are a lot of fun. Somebody asked me just yesterday, why are you still doing a drive-through? Well, you know what?
Because people like it.
They love it.
Yeah.
And it's not that we're not going to go back to the good old days.
Yeah.
But these are good old new days.
Sure. And then this is, we're being honest here, right? We're being honest on this. You know, when and I know that because we all have experienced this at one point or another. We get, you know, people are coming at you like, hey, you want to buy tickets to this, want to buy, and it's usually going to an event. And I get it. People love to eat. People love to drink. That's what people love to do. I get it.
Right.
And so, but at the same time, people are like, oh, I really don't want to. And then they generally will go and have a good time. But most people go kicking and screaming with a few exceptions. But
there's
most people,
so many competing events.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So people are like, we'll go for a few minutes. You know, I mean, there's the whole, but this, people literally don't have to get dressed up. They don't have to put. They don't
Come
have
into
to,
your pajamas.
and they're kind of like, okay, I'm gonna get a beef dinner or chicken dinner, and all I gotta do is go through drive. I was gonna do that anyway through some restaurant,
right?
Exactly.
And now I'm supporting a historical society. I'm getting a fancy meal here at home, and I'm watching.
And we love to deliver. Somebody said, "Oh, we'll help you out and come." Which, don't get me wrong, it's fun for people to drive through.
We don't mind delivering.
We're thrilled to deliver.
We have we're pretty organized.
Fun.
Weirdly enough,
our board members really enjoy that. We want to have deliveries.
Yeah, and I'm not usually a delivery. I'm usually there, but I have had done delivery.
And
it's fun.
When you walk up and you deliver, they're so happy to have you deliver their food.
Yeah, most people are like, I ain't got no money, I don't want nothing. I'm like, I just got food, dude.
That's right. It's a lot of fun, and we're working on the goodie bags. There will be other. It's just fun.
Yeah,
we're gonna have a lot of fun. And Tina Williams will be performing there.
All
so
right.
if you want, Tina and Kent will be there.
So it'll be just Tina, or will be some of the band and everything?
Kent Taylor and Tina.
Okay.
Thank you. She just messaged yesterday, so I'm just announcing that because it's fun. It's just a nice part of when you're driving through to hear that music, and they're part of our family anyway. And
it sets the ambiance.
It really does.
And usually at 5:30, 6 in the evening, it's not dark yet, so it's still daylight, but it's cooler.
Yeah.
So have your windows rolled down, and you'll hear little Kent and Tina.
One of the beautiful things about owning a historical house on a historical property, it has historically old trees, which are big shade trees.
Oh, yeah.
And so about 5:36, it's quite pleasant usually around that area of the evening. You kind of, I know it's a drive-through, but you kind of want to get out and sit on the grass for a little bit. You know what I mean? So, and of course, if you want to see some of the stuff, like you're more than welcome to park across the street and walk to see the flagpole and see some of the property.
Yep.
Or sit down on the grass and watch the band for a little bit.
If you're out at night, I love to see. We've driven by there quite a few times, and people have their lights shining on the bricks, trying to find one, and I love to see that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they're at the drive-in or something.
So please, you're more than welcome to come do all that stuff. But no, the parking lot's gonna be a little busy because we have a little system where
for 1 hour and hundreds, it's going to be a little bit busy. But we are a well-oiled engine, and it moves very quickly.
Yeah. So
it really does.
If you want to learn more about everything we just talked about and more, visit the Historical Society's website, roswellnmhistory.org or .org. There is the reservations up yet? They're on the website.
We've been selling. Thank you very much.
So you can reserve your tickets for the Heritage Dinner here right now today. Deadline again is August 8th, which again we'd really like if you just do it by the 8th.
Please.
So do that. And then, of course, it's going to be August 25th, Thursday evening, 5:30 to 6:30. You'll come through to get your tickets at the Historical Society. Then you'll take them over to the Peppers parking lot, which is about 2 blocks down from the Historical Society.
Very close.
And then you'll pick up your meals there. Again, very efficient. Drive through, boom, boom. They've got people ready. When you hand them tickets, they hand you bags of food. It's really that quick.
But consider buying bundles and paying it forward, or like you said, quite a few groups will deliver the whole bundle and they're eating in the backyard. We've had really cool picnics and fun things that they've done.
And if you want to do that, show us your party. While you're there that night, go home and take pics and put it on our Facebook wall or something.
Share it on Facebook and Instagram. We've had some great pictures. Some continuous followers and from the Mary Hales, Rick and Mary Hale. They were, and whether you're in your pajamas, it's a lot of fun. Dress up your table and have fun with it and share that.
Maybe we start a hashtag, like hashtag How I'm Heritagein or something. I don't know.
But it'll
something
be
short
fun.
and sweet.
Yes,
but yeah,
we want
get
to
something.
see that. And we want to see you sharing or blessing your neighbors or having a neighborhood watch party or fun things like that.
Absolutely. Yep. But again, 25th of August, we're a little over a month away from that event. I know it's coming up quick here. August 8th, RSVP. You can RSVP by going to the website, again, roswellnmhistory.org. You can always call the Historical Society, 575-622-8333. Or if you have any questions or reservations, shoot an email, history director at outlook.com, and that's Amy's email address. She gets all of her stuff there. So any one of those three methods will get you in the right direction. And, of course, if you're a Facebooker and you just put a message, hey, I heard about tickets, I want tickets, I get tickets, someone will say,
that's right.
Here's how you get tickets.
We'll help you out.
That's right. That's right. And while I'm thinking about it, the archives facility is renting a lot. It's booming.
Good, yeah.
We're renting and moving. So if you need an event, meeting, those kinds of things, make sure and call us for more information about that.
It seats about 75 people, I think, is what the fire marshal sign
That's
is
right.
there, something
We have
like
all
that.
a tables and chairs and a little kitchenette.
It's got full, a little kitchen there if you need to. I mean, maybe not Thanksgiving dinner, but you can cook meals in there.
We literally have had people with meetings that literally brought the food, and that's all. I mean, we've got the tables and chairs, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's ready to go, nice, clean, great facility.
And by the way, it's got cool decor, historic photos, and
that's right.
Some of our volunteers do a good job of changing up what's in the display box there.
Thank you, ladies.
Keep it fresh.
Yeah, it's really neat.
Yeah.
All the Marys, Mary Ann, Mary Lou, and Elaine. Thank you, ladies. They do a great job.
They do.
And if you'd like to join them, please volunteer.
That's
Reach out,
right.
volunteer. They always look for more folks. They're getting tired of carrying stuff.
I'd hate
down,
to see if I was in charge of that, what that would look like.
It'd be interesting. It's fun. Hey,
Step in my office. You're fired.
He's like, why is that label crooked? Is there anything we missed that we wanted to cover and we just spaced on?
We just appreciate the support of everybody. At the end of the day, we couldn't do this. And we're one of a kind. We're so unique doing what we're doing, how we're doing it. And we are a nonprofit, and we just need help. And we do, more importantly than just us, we partner and think it's, we love to work with others too. It's not always just.
We've got so many positive people that really bring blessings to our facility, our property every day. And Amy helps as a conduit for that. And we can have fun.
Like
Life's
I said,
too short. We do appreciate it.
So at the end of the day, we want to bring sunshine, and we can have fun.
Right.
We
Absolutely.
can work hard. We're hard workers. I'm proud to say that. We work hard, but we have fun and we do great things.
Yeah.
All partnering together with amazing people.
It's all about the the mission statement and preserving that history and allowing the next generations to have it.
And the little ones. We
Yeah.
have fun with little ones. Even Jason. Jason's always bringing his
Even me.
daughter.
Yeah.
But I mean with kids.
That's the endorsement of the commercial.
I love to
Even this
see
guy
our
has
board
fun.
members coming with their kids.
Yeah.
And they want to come.
Sure.
That's
They do.
what I love. That's the thing. It's not they're not being made to come. They're wanting to come.
And then some
learn
are
and
shy,
have
but
fun.
they feel like it's a warm, friendly place, and
Yes,
it
yes,
becomes a fun go-to.
Well, and if you think about it, especially with young kids, it's full of things that they've never seen before.
Never seen, no.
Or never
And
heard
you'll
of.
never
Well, a lot of
see
adults
all of
haven't
it.
seen a lot of that
Exactly
stuff.
too, but
That's
But when they go
right,
in there and they
that's
see
right.
something like, "What is that thing?" It's like, "That's a hairdryer," and you're like, "What?" And that was how they dried hair.
Yes.
Back
Looks like
in
it's
that
from
time.
Back to the Future.
And I
Yeah.
love to see the light bulbs coming on because
Yeah.
once those kids that say they're not into history realize
Everything's history.
yes.
You're living
Yeah,
it right this
that's
second.
that perfect
Or
moment.
when they see that 2,000-pound cell phone that's sitting on the second floor.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, by the
yes.
way, whenever you open your Facebook page and you share that thing, it says from 7 years ago, memories from that's history.
And I do want to mention one thing. In 2016, we honored the 1956 Lions Honda Little League World Series champions.
Yes.
Tommy Jordan was just interviewed by KOA TV.
Okay.
So on July the 15th, watch any news segment on KOA TV, and you'll see a little segment from Tommy Jordan.
Oh, nice.
He was part of that Little
We
League
got a
Series
chance to
team.
talk with him.
Shout out
He's
to
a-
Tommy Jordan, and
yeah.
not just Tommy. We have other locals,
Yeah.
Jimmy Valdez, but shout out to Tommy. his legacy and his father. So thank you, Tom.
Thanks to Amy, I was very lucky enough to talk to some of those folks back when we were honoring the baseball team, and they called in. I think one or two even came in.
Oh, yeah.
And we talked to them here on the show and got some stories.
Those are great moments. So.
Yeah. So July 15th?
July the 15th on KOAT.
On their news, I guess.
Yes, that's right.
Segment.
Their news segments.
Probably
for
like 10
lunch
o'clock.
And evening. That's right.
Okay.
So tune in.
I think usually the news networks like to debut those kind of things on like the 10 o'clock news, and then they'll re-air it like the morning the next day. That's for ratings, I think. But anyway, thank you guys.
Thank you.
As always.
We appreciate you.
We'll see you here next time.
All right.
Have a great one.
Probably later today. It is. It's 8:57. We're going to take a quick break before we get you in the news. Don't go away.
One of the best things about summertime in New Mexico is all the great places to go and neat things to do. Camping in the mountains, swimming at the lake, exploring the caverns, and so much more. And what makes all this fun and adventure possible is a dependable car or truck that fits your family and hauls your toys. That's just what you'll find at Roswell Ford. Here at the Tailgate Nation, we have the best selection of nearly new cars, trucks, and SUVs in southeastern New Mexico. They've all survived a rigorous 139-point inspection, and Roswell Ford gives you a 3-day money-back guarantee to make sure you're happy. You know Roswell Ford is always looking for gently used cars and trucks. If you have one you want to sell, we'll make you a cash offer on the spot and give you a week to think about it. This summer isn't going to last forever, so make the most of it with an upgraded ride from your friends at the Tailgate Nation. Roswell Ford at the corner of 9th and Main, the official sponsor of Summer Fun.
Your ride is broke, needs a fix? Come on down, we'll take care of it quick at Big O. Big O Tires. Whatever the problem, we'll ease your fears. We got experience nearly 60 years at Big O. Big O Tires.
With nearly 60 years of experience and high customer ratings, you can always count on your local Big O Tires to give you quality products and trustworthy service, all for a low price. From July 11th through July 31st, save between $70 and $100 instantly on select sets of Bridgestone and Firestone tires with installation purchase. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation charges extra. Required on all 4 tires. Not valid with other offers. Eligibility may vary. Disposal fees extra and up to 10% shop fee based on non-discounted regular retail price not to exceed $35 where permitted. See store for details.
Pressure Services LLC in Artesia has immediate openings for experienced vacuum truck, kill truck, and hydrovac operators. Operators must hold a Class A CDL or Class D CDL, at least 2 years of experience, and be at least 25 years of age. All positions require a clean driving record and must be able to pass a DOT drug and alcohol screen. Pressure Services offers great pay with IRA benefits and employer contributions toward health benefits. Please apply in person at 402 West Main in Artesia, inside the Age Safety Facility. Equal Opportunity Employer.
Mulan has the highest kill count of any Disney
this
character.
Hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. President Biden is inviting other world powers to join the U.S. and Israel in working to stop Iran's nuclear weapons ambitions.
I continue to believe that diplomacy is the best way to achieve this outcome, and will continue to work with Israel to counter other threats from Iran throughout the region, including support for terrorism, ballistic missile program that continues, and the proliferation of weapons to terrorists and proxies like Hezbollah.
While touting a diplomatic solution to the standoff with Tehran, Mr. Biden does not rule out use of force as a last resort. The president speaking at a joint news conference in Jerusalem following talks with Israeli Prime Minister Lapid.
We have an open discussion about what is the best way to deal with it, but I don't think there's a light between us in terms of these are all means to an end. We cannot allow Iran to become nuclear.
Tomorrow, the president will travel to Saudi Arabia. When it comes to inflation reports, the hits just keep on coming. The Labor Department out with a producer price index for June. Inflation at the wholesale level soared to 11.3% year over year in June. Wholesale inflation rising at the fastest clip since hitting a record 11.6%, and that was back in March. The Russian atrocities continue to mount in Ukraine. This morning, there's word of a Russian missile strike on Venezia. Ukrainian officials report that 12 people were killed, 25 others wounded, in what the Ukrainian president calls an open act of terrorism on the country's civilian population in areas that have no military value. The sell-off continues on Wall Street this hour. Right now, the Dow down 513 points, the Nasdaq off 158, and the S&P 60 points lower. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Charlie Dombeck here from Key City Capital. As a practicing CPA for nearly 30 years, I have found that 80% of your ability to grow your wealth is dependent upon two factors: taxes and investment performance. At Key City Capital, we improve investment performance by diversifying capital into off-market investment opportunities in passive rental real estate and alternatives like asset-backed lending. We recover dollars that clients unnecessarily pay in the form of income taxes, creating a lifetime annuity of savings. We are a sponsor of passive, affordable single and multifamily residential rental investments, which are located in Sunbelt landlord-friendly states. These investments are the top choices in a rising interest rate and inflationary environment. They represent a store of value, protecting your capital from market volatility. Learn how we at Key City Capital can help you ultimately grow your wealth rapidly. Connect with me at keycitycapital.com or give me a call at 817-912-1569.
Republicans in the House say President Biden has a lot to do with the high rate of inflation.
House Republicans held a news conference on Capitol Hill to pass along the message: inflation is a tax on all Americans, and it has steadily increased over the span of Joe Biden's presidency. GOP Whip Steve Scalise.
He's the one who raised these prices. He's the reason we have this record high inflation, and he won't reverse course.
Republican Conference Chair Lee Stefanik says Americans are fed up.
New polling found that nearly 60% of Americans say the federal government under Democrat one-party rule is to blame for today's economic crisis.
Republicans say Democrats won't meet with them to discuss ways to reduce inflation. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
Japanese Prime Minister Kishida blames inadequate police security for the death of former leader Shinzo Abe. He was shot while delivering an outdoor campaign speech. Suspect in custody. News and analysis, townhall.com. For the first time in about a decade, all 7 seats on the Federal Reserve Board are filled.
By a bipartisan vote, 66 to 28, the Senate easily approved Michael Barr to be the Federal Reserve's vice chair for supervision, its top banking regulator. Serving at Treasury in the Obama administration, Barr helped design the Dodd-Frank financial regulations after the 2008 financial crisis. During a Senate hearing, he said he would promote clear rules to govern financial innovation and pledged to support the Fed's efforts to reduce inflation. He also said Congress and financial agencies should regulate stablecoins, a form of cryptocurrency often pegged to the dollar. Ben Thomas, Washington.
New Omicron variants are once again driving hospital admissions and deaths higher in recent weeks, causing states and cities to rethink their responses to the ongoing COVID-19 spread. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Praise Invierno.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday.
Indeed.
Hope your Thursday's going delightful.
Swimmingly.
Yeah. Sorry, I was seeing a commercial. I just saw Jeeps rolling around. I was like, whoa, what's going on there? I was like, oh, it's a commercial.
Right back.
Nothing exciting.
No.
It was stock footage. But happy Thursday. Hope you're having a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about food all last hour. Now I'm kind of hungry.
We've been talking about food a lot.
I talk a lot about food.
I'm pretty hungry. I'm not going to lie. So, well, Kimberly joining us in the studio. How was your dining experience whilst in Doso?
Oh, we had a great dining experience.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, while Mike was indulging on fried bologna, what did you have?
Oh, gosh. I'm trying to remember what meal I had.
You had a sandwich. It was like was it a club or a turkey or something?
I think it was a turkey, cup of a turkey.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah, she went a little bit, I went nostalgic.
Right.
Yeah.
I like it. But y'all both went basically to the deli. Yeah, you went to the deli aisle.
Or the bar, actually. Yeah. It was a tap house that had sandwiches.
Nice.
Yeah. And Monday night, we had reservations at the Texas Club.
Yeah.
And that's very nostalgic for me.
Oh, really?
Yes, my grandmother used to own that.
Oh, nice.
Back in the 80s.
So
I spent a lot of time there.
Mm-hmm. I'd imagine.
Back in that time, there was a Pac-Man machine. So I spent hours playing Pac-Man while I was there.
They've removed it. It's not there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it like
that's about 6 owners ago.
Was it an arcade machine or was it the flat top?
Flat.
Oh, those are the best.
Like the ones you see at Pizza Hut.
Yes, those are the best with the
I spent many hours
those.
doing that while she was babysitting me there, and the bartender taught me how to make Shirley Temples. So I always went behind the bar and fixed me Shirley Temples.
You're all just cocktail style. I can see it now.
Although I think the Pizza Hut by me replaced our Pac-Man with a Donkey Kong.
Really?
Tabletop.
See, we didn't have. I think we did have maybe an arcade machine in our Pizza Hut. You know what? I remember it was a Tetris. Yep.
So yeah, she's a big fan of the Texas.
I like
Club.
it.
That's her.
Now, has the menu remained relatively the same in all these years, or?
Oh, when they had it, it was more of a. They had entertainment come in.
More of a lounge type
and
place. Okay.
A dancing area.
Gotcha.
So did it have bar food or?
I
drinks?
guess I'm trying to. I don't
Handfuls
remember
of
much
nuts.
food there.
Yeah.
I know Terry Bullard performed there. He's from Redoso, but he's the one that wrote Amarillo by Morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Terry Bullard did, and he's from Redoso, and he performed there. And I
Wow.
remember being just in awe, sitting there and just watching him sing. And of course, the older guys, they always would pick me up and dance with me on the dance floor.
Mhm. That sounds sus.
And enjoyed that.
Mike, how you doing over there, buddy? You doing good?
She was like 8 or 10.
Still.
So
Younger than that, yeah. So
assault was so much easier to get away with back in the day. You know, it really was.
Just some fond memories of when I was
I'm
a
glad you
little
said
girl.
fond, not fondle. stop shy of the LE.
Right.
But yeah, her grandmother owned it there for
Nice.
for a stretch. I guess her and a partner, or I don't know the whole story,
She wasn't the sole owner,
but yeah, so Kim used to hang out there, and then
her office, they had an office upstairs.
but yeah, they're just a steakhouse. You know, they had good steaks and food, so we had some there.
Nice. Very cool.
Had a big old. Actually, I had a pork chop. Weirdly enough.
You went to a steakhouse and had a pork chop?
Yeah, I did.
You're broken, man.
No, that's how I roll.
I guess.
I had a 12-ounce ribeye.
Yeah.
Nice. See, she knows what's up.
I almost got that, but you know what? Here's what I did.
It's like getting
He
chicken
ordered
fingers at a
2
steakhouse.
appetizers.
I went.
Ooh, you went bang bang on apps. Okay.
I went quantity over.
All right.
Over. I was like,
You
I
know
can
what?
get this $45 porterhouse steak, or I can get a couple apps in this pork chop and be happy.
Respect restored, sir.
So I ordered what they call their Texas dice, which is basically chicken fried steak in little cubes.
Little nuggets.
Served with a thing of country fried gravy.
Yeah, they dip it in.
So
So you rolled the dice.
So I had the dice, and then I had what do they call their other?
Chicken livers.
It's Texas tornadoes, I think is what they call them. It's fried chicken livers wrapped in bacon, served with honey mustard.
Really?
Yeah. So I chowed down on that.
I
chowed down on that, and then I had me a pork chop.
Man, I haven't had livers and gizzards in so long.
Yeah,
Chicken
it was
livers.
fried chicken livers.
Who does that still?
Wrapped in bacon. The Texas Club.
I think the Stripes
Texas
might.
I only use it when I make my giblet gravy for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
I bet I can get them from.
I grew up poor. I eat all the poor parts of animals. I love
Dude, it's the best.
I had so much liver and bologna and chicken gizzards and as my grandmother got a dog, she started getting the chicken gizzards, which made me mad. But that was a whole nother story.
I have an ungodly love for Braunschweiger.
Yeah, I mean I don't say godly love. I don't mind it. I'll eat it.
I get in modes where I have to have it. I will seek it out rabidly almost.
Yeah, bacon and sausage were breakfast meats that I would never see as a child. We had souse. We had fried bologna. Not souse, scrapple. Scrapple. We had fried bologna. That's what we had for breakfast meats. We didn't have
a lot of corned beef hash.
Yeah,
a lot.
I don't think my grandmother
house.
liked it, so we didn't have it. So I think that's the reason why I didn't have that till I was an adult.
I remember we had the one
or later.
Like we always had the can opener in the house because we got the one that would open in the middle.
Yeah,
you put the thing in, you'd open it in the middle, and you just
I ate so much SOS.
Yeah, a lot of that. A lot of you know what? That was a big commodity thing. Was we would have mackerel patties because you get the canned mackerel. And mackerel patties. I as an adult, won't ever do it. Never again.
Like I liked sardines in cans.
I love them.
My mom would have them, and I would eat them, and she'd get mad when I eat her sardines in cans.
I have a fond memory, and I will always have a fond memory of finding the perfect woman who is willing to sit down with me and enjoy sardines and oysters with a lot of hot sauce and Fritos. It was a staple in our mealtime experiences.
That's romantic.
It was amazing. Find yourself a girl that can do both, folks.
I've got the key to your heart. It opens sardines as well.
That's right. It's called a church key.
Might even work on your roller skates. Keep going.
So while we were in Ruidoso, we had a couple places that we wanted to get to. So we were trying to arrange our meals accordingly.
Nice.
But we kind of flip-flopped. And didn't work out. One of the meals we wanted to go to was at the log cabin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
They were
we were
closed.
going to hit that Tuesday morning
On
coming
Tuesday, yeah.
home, and they were closed.
Well,
So,
shucks, I guess we're just
I'm
going to
gonna
have to go back
make
to
a
Wahlburger.
trip
Yeah.
just to go to log cabin. And
Well, she
hit
loves
that.
her log cabin.
You know what? I've never been to
Yeah.
log. There's a place in Ruidoso. I don't know if it's still open, called Jorge's. And
Yes,
they have,
it is still open.
Oh my god!
We went past it the other day.
They have the best breakfast in my
Really?
the
It's right
huevos.
there in front of one of the hotels.
Yeah, I used to
right
always
there
get
on
like
the main
the
street.
huevos or the
Jorge's.
chilaquiles. It's second to none. They used to have a location here in Roswell. It was actually where the Mediterranean place is now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you haven't been to log cabin before?
No, I haven't.
In
Check
the
it out.
rest.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was
In-
going to say they're open for breakfast and lunch. That's what I was going to say.
Well, except for on Tuesdays.
Yes. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, somebody's got to talk. All right, so now we're doing this now. Okay.
Will you please talk? I have a radio show.
I keep trying.
Talk.
In the restaurant,
Mhm.
there is a bear, a
Okay.
skinned bear on
Right.
on the wall.
Like
That's
a-
my stepdad's. He donated it. He had killed it.
Really?
Yeah, when he went hunting, he had killed
Okay.
it, and he had it in his office for years and years. And
Well, now I have
when
to
they
go.
had moved to Arizona, he went ahead and donated it for them to put up on the wall.
That's
next
crazy.
to some of the-
So did he get the bear or did he kill the bear?
he killed the bear.
He hunted
killed
the bear.
Yeah.
He killed the bear?
Yeah, he
hunted it. Yeah, he, wasn't,
Yeah.
That's fascinating. All right. Oh, no.
he barely noticed.
Yeah, so that bear skin there is.
Bears? Okay, so I have an I said I can't say ungodly again this break. I have an unnatural fear of bears. They're so fast. You ever seen a bear run at
They
someone?
can be
They are
fast,
so fast. So bears terrify me.
Yeah, but they can't turn sharp. That's why you zigzag.
That's true. Serpentine. No, I watched. There was a TikTok a few months ago. There was a drone just randomly flying through the forest, a forest, and it just catches in this camera view this dude just running for his life. I mean, just as fast as you can, and then like about 20 feet behind him, you just see this bear just. I'm like, that man died. We didn't get to see the finale of it.
Yeah.
Like, the drone even like went back and like tried to see, but guy was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bears terrify me more than most like mountain cats. Yeah.
They
bears
should
are
terrify
scary.
people. They're quite can be dangerous.
To be honest, unless you mess with them, they're not really aggressive.
Yeah, which is why I stay out of wooded areas.
And they only
keep my picnics to myself.
Yeah, the only time they come into town is when they're hungry.
They drought, and then they have to come down. Matter of fact, we had one in the at school on the playground. We had to bring everybody in.
Really?
Outside, yeah.
Wow.
Here? Yeah.
Wait, here?
Yeah. Because of the drought and everything, they started coming out of the mountains.
And, the bears have wandered inland. Okay, good.
Turns out it was just a grumpy hairy
That's been years ago.
It was up on the pole on Pine Lodge, and they had to get game and fish to shoot it.
There's a microphone here if you want.
Yeah, might as well go talk on it.
I'm unannounced, but good morning. The game and fish had to shoot it down with the tranquilizer and relocate it.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I remember the mountain lion that they found like a mile outside of town, but I just don't remember the bear.
I just thought it was a hairy kid that was angry.
We have a couple of those. That can get confusing.
Some angry hairy kid. He tranked him. He's fine.
That's been years ago. Though.
Yeah, but not so long ago, there was one that came down, and it was in the Enchanted Hills area, going through people's trashes. They had to have game and fish trap.
Wow.
They come
okay.
down more often than you realize.
I guess so. I live a very
For somebody
sheltered life.
who has an unnatural fear of them, you sure
for
don't know
real.
much about them.
They're encroaching on my personal space now. I didn't know they were bringing the game. To
He's
my
busy
home.
at home going Berenstain, Stein. That's
He's
all
calling
another
for
thing.
boo boo. Hey boo boo.
I actually stand by the fact that it's Steen.
Yeah.
Everybody always says like Stein. I'm like, no, it's Steen.
We've always said Berenstain Bears.
Yeah.
That's what I've always said.
Berenstain Bears, but I've always.
Oh, I've said Steen.
Well, she's a teacher, so she knows.
That doesn't make it long.
She's had direct contact with the Berenstain Bears for the last decade or so.
Crystal Noble's here.
Oh, yeah, hi.
From the Humane Society to talk to us today. Not about bears, unless there's bears there's no any bears for adoption, are there?
No, but I could make one a bear.
Got so many brick Tamlin lines running through my head right now.
We have piranhas. Why can't we have bears?
Why not? You know, I was bit by a dog named Bear.
So was I, and it was a Doberman Pinscher.
This was a chow.
Yeah.
And to this day, I hate chows.
So,
They're so
chows are a very no person kind of dog. Like, they like you and then they hate you. You feed them and then they're like, yeah, I still hate you.
So they're cats.
I never got attacked by my
You
cat
know
like
what?
that chow.
Miss Meow 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 Wigglebutt is just warning you.
That's
my stripper name.
That's my next cat name.
That's my stripper name, Miss
Come
Yaya
on.
Wigglebutt.
Dude, you should know him.
That's the thing. It's gonna be a dude too.
No, it is. Oh, okay.
That's
now I gotta show you.
now I have to bring.
Now I have to show you.
When I'm on the pole, I like to go by Miss Meow Meow Stripper.
Meow Meow
Wigglebutt.
Meow meow Wigglebutt.
I mostly work
great.
Tuesdays.
When no one's there.
Yeah, weirdly, when the log cabin's closed.
Just me and the
Brought
chicken
it back
wings.
around.
Me and those old British chicken wings. It's 20 minutes after 9. Let's get you up to date with the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Except for an isolated afternoon thunderstorm, we'll be staying sunny and hot today with our afternoon highs in the low 100s. Overnight looks clear with low 70s, and then a sunny and hot day coming up on Friday, low 100s again. About the same for Saturday with sunshine and temperatures right around the 100-degree mark. Maybe an afternoon shower Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 82 here in Roswell. Humidity's at 49%. Winds are, in fact, calm at the moment. It's just going to be hot. This is 101 today. Tomorrow, 102. Saturday, 103. Sunday, 103. Monday, 103. And Tuesday, 104. Wednesday, 102. That's your weather. That's literally what your weather is the next couple of days. Sunny and hot. Winds right around 5 to 10 miles per hour at some kind of direction. All right. Feeling some kind of direction, some kind of way. That's what is going on. All right, it's 9:21. We're going to take a 3-minute commercial break to pay for all this food I keep talking about. And then we'll be back on the other side. Crystal Noble with the Roswell Humane Society will join us in official capacity. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters or Miss, what's that name again? Miss Meow Meow Wigglebutt.
Meow Meow Wigglebutt.
We'll be on the
morning.
other side. We'll be back. Don't go away.
In times of uncertainty, one thing seems to be constant. Crime tends to rise. Zenith Security Services, a locally owned company that's invested in our community, reminds you that for less than 5 quarters a day, you can be proactive in protecting your home, family, and assets with a monitored alarm from a top UL-rated company. The hardest calls we receive at Zenith Security are those needing our services after the fact. Call Zenith Security Services at 575-626-3521 to schedule your free security assessment today.
The lyrics of a Jeremy Camp song go like this. In all this searching, all the grasping, like we deserve much more than all the blessings we're holding. So now I'm running free into an ocean of mercy unending. So come and empty me so that it's you I breathe. I want my life to be only Christ in me. So I'll fix my eyes, 'cause you're my source of life. I need the world to see that it's Christ in me. What a beautiful song. James 5 is kind of an interesting chapter. It starts with a warning to those who are rich. Do you consider yourself rich? Whether you think yourself rich or not, at the heart of the warning is the concept of focus. Are we focused on the things of this world or on the things above? Do we use the wealth God gives us, whether big or small, for His glory or for ours? Do we use what we have for our good alone or for the good of others? Christ never condemns the rich, but He calls those who have been blessed to share the blessings and give God the glory. As the lyrics of the song profess, I need the world to see that it's indeed Christ in me.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Sometimes we put off important health needs like surgeries because, well, we worry about the pain and time needed for recovery. Dr. Paul Torres, a board-certified general surgeon, has joined Loveless Healthcare Center and is helping patients in the Roswell area get back to the lives they love with less pain and a faster recovery through advances in minimally invasive surgery. To find out if laparoscopic surgery is the best solution for you, call Loveless and make an appointment today at 575-625-3222.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit nationalguard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard, aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Your fingernails grow faster on your dominant hand. Not sure which is your dominant hand? Just wait. You'll nail it. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 25 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Humane Society.
Good morning.
I love saying society. It makes me happy. Crystal Noble back with us. Good morning.
I was gonna say, oh, wait, I'm not meow meow wiggle butt right now.
Yeah. But, of course, we were just talking earlier. But good morning. How's life at the Humane Society today?
Hot.
Imagine.
It doesn't matter what kind of air conditioning units you have right now. It is just stinking hot.
Well, do you guys have AC or swamp coolers?
In the front part, there's AC.
Okay.
And in the back part, it's swamp.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're getting 103. It's those swamp coolers working at peak optimal efficiency will knock it down to like 85.
If.
That's with no humidity, and all we've been dealing with is humidity. So.
Yeah. It's not. We know. But for the most part, if the dogs are inside, pretty decently at an early time.
Okay.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, and then like I said, keep them in the shade, keep them cool. They're obviously during this time. There's not going to be volunteers walking the dogs and stuff.
It's way too hot.
It's just it's too hot for that kind of stuff. But that being said, if you'd like to volunteer and come and take a pet or two into what's called the meeting room, and just interact with them, that can still be arranged for some of the pets and things like that, as long as it's indoors and all that. But because that's a good thing, we want these pets to have as much human interaction, and so that makes them more adoptable when you're in there petting them and giving them, love. Basically, it kind of makes them more trusting of humans in general.
It helps them to be more accepting of strangers touching them.
Yeah,
and that's a good way to help them get a home is by more socialization.
Yeah.
We do tonight have an adoption event.
Okay.
At the Roswell Invaders game.
Oh, nice. So come out to the Invaders game. That's right. It's chamber night, I believe, out at the Invaders game.
And we're going to have some pets out there. Just dogs, because cats are not going to
Cats are not meant to be hanging out at the ballpark, I don't think.
No. Yeah. But we will have I think we're going to take 4 dogs out tonight. And it'll be from the time the game starts, and we'll be there till about 9 o'clock tonight.
Nice. So if you want to come meet some of the pets here, come out and enjoy an Invaders game. If you haven't been out to a game, it's great.
This was the first year I've gone to an Invaders game. I've lived here forever. They've been here for the last several years, and I'd never gone to any.
They have a lot of fun. They got great, the adult beverages, the whole nine. They do it all out there. Yeah. So, and it's chamber night tonight. So if you want to get out there, I think the chamber usually does some special swag and giveways and things.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff to give away tonight as well.
So
and I think they're doing a few extra raffles than they normally do.
Yeah, so tonight's a good night to go see a ball game and come meet some of the pets at the shelter and like I said, get some free swag and enjoy an Invaders game. And hopefully at the end of the night, we're talking with an Invaders win. So
yeah, hopefully. Well, the game will be longer than 9 o'clock. So. First game was still going at midnight, and I was like, okay, I got to get sleep.
Yeah, they get this. It's baseball. It's the America's pastime. Some of those innings.
I never realized how long a baseball game was until going to that one. I was like, good Lord, is this thing ever going to end? And my husband's like, not until they get through the innings. I'm like, don't they have 15 minutes, this quarter is 15 minutes. And he's like, it's not football. And I'm like, I obviously
baseball's
don't know
that sport.
crap.
Time has nothing to do with it. It's all about the, getting the 3 outs or, once that happens. And sometimes it takes 10 seconds to get 3 outs. Sometimes it takes 2 hours to get 3 outs. It just depends,
Yeah, I think football should adapt that, time thing. Because, I could watch football forever.
Yeah. But the game's got to end at some point. But that'll be tonight out at Joe Bauman Stadium. So come on out there.
Okay, so is it Bauman or Bowman?
I've always said Joe Bauman, but I that's how I've heard it. I don't know.
I don't think I've ever heard it pronounced, so I was like, is it Bowman?
I've always said Joe Bauman Stadium. I think that's universally how it's pronounced, or Coca-Cola Field. That'll get you the same place. It's over by the fairgrounds, if you don't know. It's a nice ball field right there by the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds there. So
it's on the corner of Poe and Southeast Main.
Yeah, exactly.
And the entrance is off of Poe. It's not on the Southeast Main.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to turn onto Poe, drive 2 blocks, and you'll see the entrance there. Yeah. You don't want to go through the fairgrounds main entrance. You want to go to that off of Poe, which is just north of the main entrance, I believe. So, but what time do they start? 7?
7. Well, the game starts at 7, so I think they open up for people to start coming in about 6:30.
Okay, very good. So get you a good seat and all that good stuff.
Concession does not open until 7, though, by the way.
Gotcha.
So
you have to wait till game starts to get some food, or come with your own or something.
Do bring a mosquito spray because it is that time.
Yeah, that's true. Get your bug, and anytime there's a puddle, there's a mosquito nowadays. So.
Oh God, it's an awful amount of mosquitoes.
Good deal.
But we'll be out there
with the dogs and have fun and lots of water and all that for the pets. So come meet the dogs and come meet some invaders and come out for chamber night tonight. As far as pets available for adoption right now, what's the list look like? Pretty stacked?
Oh, very stacked.
Yeah.
We have all of the cats are out of quarantine, so we have ranges from kittens to adults.
Nice.
So
cat lovers, good selection.
Is completely full. We do have, and it's a group of seniors. There's 3 of them. 2 of them, we figure they're probably about 10 years old, and then the other one's about 4, so she's not necessarily a senior.
Gotcha.
But they came from the same household. They all get along. It's 2 Maine Coon crosses and a tortoiseshell.
Okay.
So their owner was put into a nursing facility because she was not deemed mentally capable of taking care of herself anymore.
Gotcha.
The cats weren't in the best of condition, so we're working on getting them up to where they need to be.
Okay.
But they will be going up for adoption soon, and they're
hopefully
looking for a
someone,
home.
yeah, hopefully someone can adopt them together. That
And
might
I
be
will tell you, the Maine Coons, typically cats don't like to be brushed, and it's always the long-haired cats that need to be brushed, that hate being brushed. They actually like it.
Okay.
So it's been really easy to get them in better condition because of them being okay
Receptive
with
to
us
that.
doing it.
Okay.
But they were very, very badly matted. So they do have some bald spots from where the mats had pulled away.
All that grows back, and they'll be
Yeah.
fine.
But they are, it's Stacy, George. Oh, I forgot what the tortoiseshell's name is. I don't remember her name. I think it's Darla.
Darla
or Starla.
Diva.
But they're all 3 from the same household.
Okay. So
They all
hopefully
do
an
great.
owner can take all 3. I mean, if not, it is what it is. But
Well, George is neutered. The tortoiseshell for sure is spayed. We're not 100% sure about Stacy yet, just because she looks like she's spayed and then she sinks in, and then she looks spayed and sinks in. So
okay.
we're not sure yet.
Gotcha. Is she
But-
the 4-year-old?
No, she's the other Maine Coon. Who's
Okay.
Probably 10-ish.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the lady wasn't able to give us any information about.
Well, it sounds
the
like
animals.
she's dealing with dementia or some kind of issue like that. So that's, all the information's spotty at best, I'm guessing. So
Yeah.
unless there's other family members that can tell you something.
Unfortunately, no, not in her circumstances.
Uh-huh.
But they will be going up for adoption soon.
Okay.
And
as soon as they are healthy enough to be in the main pop there. So very good.
And dogs, we have the plethora.
Okay. Is it big, smalls, a good mix? Or?
It's a lot of bigs, some
Okay.
mediums. We have a few small, some that have not come out of quarantine just yet. They're almost there. We do have Rosie, which is a Chihuahua mix. She's your typical Chihuahua. She's got to be like a cat and earn your trust before she likes you. So she barks her head off. But normally, she's just like, oh.
Right.
And then you give her some treats and she's like, oh, hey,
Gotcha.
hi.
She's playing tough. Typical Chihuahua
That's what I
behavior.
said. She's like, I don't like you until you feed me.
Yeah. It's all bark and no bite. Once
Unfortunately, she's, not like the chow. Once you start feeding her, she's like, hi, I'm coming home with you.
she has standards, but she's cheap. Some food will buy your
Yeah,
loyalty.
pepperonis, man, I've never seen a dog like pepperonis as much as her.
All right, good. Well, there you go. There's your.
You have to tell her gentle because she's like, give me the entire pepperoni.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, no, we don't do this.
Yeah, some dogs are dainty and they'll be like, and others, and usually it's bigger, but
No, like I have never had my fingers nommed off by a big dog with a pepperoni. It's always the little
it's
dog.
always the little dogs. Yeah.
The big dogs are like, they use their tongue mostly.
Right.
The little dogs are like, oh, I have no depth perception. Nom.
It's like I got a couple digits of finger with that pepperoni. That's all right.
They're like, oh, look, it's crunchy.
Yeah. But if you love Chihuahuas, that one probably a fun one once you crack the
And like I
code
said,
with her.
once, typical Chihuahua, once you earn the trust from her, that's it. She's like, hi. We do have another small dog. She'll be coming out of quarantine here soon, and she's a Min Pin mix.
Okay.
And then we have another tan and black Chihuahua mix that came in with the Min Pin mix.
Okay.
They should be coming out here soon too. So,
Great.
And they're like 8 pounds.
Okay,
They're
so
not
if you
very
want some
big.
little
They're
dogs,
adults.
you got a few of those. But again, these big dogs have great love in homes. Generally speaking, big dogs, for the most part, are pretty calm and pretty chill and very good protectors and
We have
good family dogs for the most
Xena,
part.
which is we were told Great Dane mix, but I put her as a Catahoula mix. Because she's not big at all, but she's super sweet, super affectionate, loves people, loves attention.
So you like the big dog mentality, but not necessarily the 150-pound variety of it.
Yeah, she's only about 55 pounds.
Oh, see, that's a medium-sized dog right there.
Yeah, so she's the size of a Catahoula, but looks like a Great Dane, just not full growth.
Yeah, that's like a tweener. Like kind of lap, kind of not. Like they want to be lap, but they kind of a little big for your
I don't
lap.
know. My Great Dane feels he's a lap dog, but the benefit of him is when you're sitting down, he backs up and sits on you with his back legs. Like, so you're his couch, and his feet are still on the floor, so he is my lap dog.
So literally, you're just a couch.
I'm just a couch.
That's funny. Is there like a backup light when he's going beep, 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 when he starts backing up to sit down in your lap?
No, it's funny because, like, he kind of, like, sideswipes you. Like, he brushes up against you, and then when his butt touches you, he stops, and then he picks his back leg up and
It's like his
sits down.
curb feeler. He's just getting his curb feeler, and there's a spot. Bloom, there it is.
Yeah, he parallel parks on my legs. But if he climbed entirely on me, that'd be a whole different story. So.
Yeah.
But no, he just backs up and parks his butt.
Nice. Well,
he just, like, it's funny because all four of his paws will be on the floor or the ground, and his butt is resting on me, and he's still got his feet on the ground, and I'm like, God, my dog's huge.
Like, is this comfortable for you? Because it's not doing much for me.
He just turns and looks at me like, So, Xena is nowhere near that big.
Gotcha.
So, Xena, you know, she could lay on your lap and you wouldn't suffocate.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to need the,
We do still have some of the bulldog pups. We have 3 of them left. We have Fluff, Puddin', and I can't remember the third one's name. But Fluff and
Nutter Butter.
Puddin', no.
I'm like Fluff Puddin'. I'm like, I'm sensing a theme here.
No, because they were all white. We named them after like white foods, which that sounds really mean.
Marshmallow.
No, Marshmallow got adopted.
Okay. Hominy. Cauliflower.
What is her name?
Rice.
I'm
just going to keep random vanilla ice cream. I'm just going to keep saying white foods till you say an answer.
No.
Mashed potatoes.
3 of them. Oh, that'd be a good name, mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
Cindy.
Huh?
Cindy.
Oh, it had nothing to do with white
food. Nothing to do with food, no. So, Fluff is all
I didn't get
white.
to Mayo. Mayo Jones. That'd be a good name.
No. So, Fluff is all white.
Oh, yeah.
That's why she got the name Fluff.
It makes sense.
But the others...
Pretty dog.
The others had, like, some, like, spots. Like, some were, you know, like a black ear or a black patch on the eye.
That's salt and pepper.
Fluff was the only one that stayed all white.
Okay.
Well, Cindy grew into a whole lot of colors, so... Let me get her baby picture.
Yeah, that's true. That's a
her
lot of these, some of these
baby picture,
puppies. Okay.
And then that's her now.
All white. Oh, yeah. Definitely got spots.
Yeah, and then her spots came in kind of like a Dalmatian.
Yeah.
Which is really weird because they're American Bulldog mixes.
Huh. Well, maybe there's a Dalmatian in the mix somewhere in there and just don't know about it. Maybe Mama's dad's grandpa was a Dalmatian.
But when they came to us, there was 5 of them. We have 3 left.
Yeah.
We got them in December. They were 7 weeks old. They are now almost 9 months old.
Oh, wow. They've been here a long time.
Mm-hmm.
They need a home.
They do. They've grown up with us in the kennels, and...
We don't want them to get institutionalized like Shawshank Redemption. And
so my husband is inputting on the white animal names, and he says meringue. Hi, baby.
That's a good one.
Well, we were talking about key lime pie and lemon meringue pie last night, and I was expressing, you know, I do great with key lime. I do great with the lemon part, but the meringue, I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't like to beat the egg whites.
I know it takes a finesse to make meringue. It's like
Trust me, I've attempted a few times, and it doesn't always come out all that great.
Yeah, it's all in the folding and the mixing. I don't know how.
But honestly, it's also in our elevation.
I imagine that place.
We don't have
huge.
the right elevation to make a great meringue.
I guess you need to go to like sea level, go to like Florida, because like key lime pies and all that, they usually put a big meringue on it.
I don't put meringue on my key lime pie.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying
But,
they have some with the big meringue on it.
When you go higher in elevation, your eggs peak a whole lot faster, and you can not spend 45 minutes whipping eggs.
Nice.
But
good tip.
Yeah.
So if you want to start a bakery, don't do it in Roswell. 6,000.
Just don't offer meringue.
There you go. Stick with what works in this climate. So
Green chili cheesecakes.
there you go.
Oh man, that sounds great. Green chili cheesecake.
I'm sure there's one out there.
I'm sure.
There's got to be. We put green chili in everything here. Someone's bound to put it on cheesecake.
You know, they discontinued the green chili ice cream.
Really?
Yeah. I can't find it no more.
Guess there wasn't enough people partaking.
I guess I was the only weirdo that liked it.
Maybe. Yeah, that could be. I want chocolate. What? Kim? Uh-huh. Hold on. Let me turn your mic on.
I was watching the Today Show this morning.
Yeah.
And Bluebell's come out with a new flavor, and they were trying it.
Yeah?
I'm sorry. It was Channel 4 Albuquerque News.
Okay.
It was the Debbie cakes.
Little Debbie snack cakes?
The oatmeal cream.
Oh, the oatmeal cream pie?
What?
Yeah.
They have an ice cream.
Oh, really?
of that.
Does it got chunks of that oatmeal cream pie in it?
Evidently. That's the new one that just came out. And
That's
just came
Kim's
out
wheelhouse
today.
there. That's her jam.
That's
Just
got
came
my
out
attention.
today.
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember who made the ice cream, but I used to find it at Albertsons, and it was vanilla ice cream with Hatch green chili.
It's got to be a New Mexico company.
So it was, they just called it Hatch green chili ice cream.
Huh.
And I was like, that's weird.
And you only saw it at Farmers?
No, Albertsons.
Or Albertsons,
Yeah,
okay.
on South Main.
All right.
And I had got it once, and I was like, oh, I'm going to try this. And I was like, oh, my God, this is great.
Hmm.
And then I went back for it and can't find it no more. But I just make my own.
All
Vanilla
right.
ice cream, green chili topping, and mix it up.
If anybody out there has seen or heard of this green chili ice cream on their shelves, shoot us a message so we can get this information to Crystal so she can go and resume getting her ice cream.
I'm walking
Anybody
around
knows.
with an ice cream cone
Yeah.
with green chili hanging off of it. Oh, man.
That's the beauty of radio. Sometimes I ask stuff like that, and then I get a message like, oh, there it is. I'm like, sweet. So, yeah, let's see if we can turn that into...
I am in search of.
Yeah. Green chili ice cream.
Yes.
She saw it at Albertsons on the South Albertsons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully someone else has either found other places where it's at or can find out where you can get it online or something.
Where they know who made it.
Yeah, or know who made it. Yeah. I wonder if it's an ice cream company or if it's like a green chili company making it. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know.
Like I'm trying to think. I gotta imagine it's a New Mexico company doing it.
I wonder if it was like a trial thing to see if it would.
Yeah, or like a limited edition kind of situation.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And green chili season's about to start up again.
I would
I
imagine.
know on 2nd Street, they already started roasting chili.
Yeah, usually around August is when you start seeing the chili roasters start showing up at the grocery stores and everything. So, yeah, it'll be a few weeks here coming. So, all right, we got to get back on task. Thrift store. Yeah, you know what? And this real quick for folks that aren't aware, the Humane Society, one of their best financial supporters of everything they do is that thrift store. The thrift store helps offset a lot of vet bills, costs when donations dry up, when things like that happen. That thrift store is the saving grace to keep some of these things afloat. So if you want to help out immensely, but you can't adopt a dog or a cat because you don't live in a scenario or whatever it is, but want to help out, shop early, shop often at the thrift store. That's a great way to support the Humane Society.
And it's very, very reasonable price.
Yeah. And
some things are just overly cheap, and then some things are, like, wow, that's a really good price. So clothing is their biggest seller, and clothing is always cheap. They have formal dresses, gowns, scrubs, socks.
Don't pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for this formal wear when you could get it for like pennies on the dollar.
They have like kids, they go to prom, and they buy these prom dresses. They wear them that one night and then donate them.
Yeah.
They're brand new. They have a ton of clothing. Always. Summer, winter, they change for seasons, But right now, like, their clothing, their summer is stocked. You got swimsuits for ladies, kids, men. They got the flip-flops to go with them. They got the towels. They're completely summer stocked right now. They have a lot of clothing.
Good deal.
This time of the year, people are sitting outside on the patios more often. If you need like outdoor patio glass sets, they have those.
Okay. So like drinkware and pitchers.
Like the Tupperware pitchers, stuff like that. They always have a ton of that.
Make you lemonade and
right now they have some really cool wine glass sets that are not blown glass, but when like you have the colors of the glass that are like intermixed.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. But they've got a really cool set, and it's a wine glass set, and it's white and red and green.
Okay. So it's like probably a hand stretched glass or something like that. Yeah.
I'd say like not Fiesta ware, but kind of like Fiesta ware.
Okay, in that vein of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a complete set, and it's like got margarita glasses, it's got wine glasses, really cool. And I was like, oh. They have a lot of sheet sets, varying sizes from twins up to kings.
Okay.
And house decor. They've got a lot of really cool just decor that hangs on the walls. You know, some of them are like hand painted, some of them are just pictures that are framed, and but a lot of really cool stuff. Hobby Lobby had a sell.
Okay.
And then what they didn't sell, they donated.
Oh, how nice.
It's like a lot of stuff from Hobby Lobby.
Oh, cool. So you're like, man, I love that. How about I'm going to pay for it? I'll come over here to the thrift store and get it really cheap.
So it's really, some of them are like, you know, the sayings where it says like, home is where the heart is. You know, there's a lot of little sayings like that. And then a lot of the decor that has the sayings.
Sure.
And stuff
So
like
if you
that.
love that kind of decor and that homey kind of decor, then you got them covered with a bunch of it. So cool.
So my husband just sent me hatch chili ice cream recipe.
Oh, to make your own?
I don't want to make
an
it.
ice cream maker, make your own. But
We
who wants
have
to do
an
that?
ice cream maker, but I don't want to make it. I just want to go to the store, buy it in a tub, grab a spoon, be a fatty, and eat it.
There you go. Usually, we have an ice cream maker too, and it makes really good ice cream. But yeah, I'm kind of like, you know, these companies are really good at making it, maybe better than I am. I'm just gonna let them do it. You know, it's kind of like bread. You know, bread makers were a thing, but at some point you're like, you know, the bread of the store is just better.
You know, okay. You know, and I really love fresh bread.
Yeah.
There's just a taste that, you know, you don't get when you buy the sliced bread.
Mm-hmm.
Albertson South, you know, their bakery's pretty good. Mm-hmm. They have the garlic bread that's in the little foil that you throw on the grill.
Yeah.
That thing is amazing.
Yeah.
And it tastes just as fresh like it came out of the oven. So for the people who like the taste of it but don't want all the hard work, that Albertson's
that's your cheat sheet right there. Yeah, I like it. Good deal. But if you want to make your own, get you an ice cream maker and do it. So
yeah.
Which from time to time they show up at the thrift store, I bet. And ice cream makers and bread makers and things. So if you're looking for one of those, go there to the thrift store and get it.
They get bread makers, toasters, the air fryers. They get a lot of that stuff. So they always have kitchen decor.
Yeah.
Like kitchen appliances, utensil sets. They have that all the time. They don't ever have a shortage of kitchen stuff, which is really bad for me because I'm a kitchen freak.
I'm a bit of a mark for some of that myself. I've bought gadgets over the years that my wife may or may not thought was a good idea. Everything from quesadilla makers to countless George Foremans to panini presses to all kinds of stuff.
So our recent purchase, which is not a is a kitchen gadget, but it's a griddle, a tabletop griddle. Which you can use inside or outside, and I'm like, but more so outside.
We got a Wolfgang Puck one like that. It's like a flip it. It's flat on one, and it's got like griddle marks on the other. But yeah.
Well, this is like a Blackstone griddle.
Okay.
So
yeah, those Blackstones are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are waiting for that to come in so I can get on some griddling, some eggs and bakey. So that's my recent kitchen purchase.
And then I don't have a smoker yet.
Oh, I do.
One of the days I'm going to get that, but I have a disc cooker and a grill. So between my disc cooker and the grill, I got gadgets. So, but all right, we got to wrap it because I've just realized the time, and I'm like, all right, I got to stop talking about food.
It's brunch time now.
Point is, the thrift store's got you covered.
They do. And they're open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 4:30. Wednesdays, is like the new day.
Yeah, so usually if you get there at 10.
Every day, they're going through, they're stocking stuff. As stuff sells, they're putting new stuff out.
Good.
Clothing, like I said, if you were in need of clothing, the shirt, thrift store, 50 cents.
There you go.
50 cents.
Wardrobe for $2.
It was $15 originally purchased because the tag was still on it.
Yeah. And
so I bought it brand new for 50 cents.
Exactly.
So come shop.
Absolutely. And donate as well, too.
Yes.
If you've got items that are good, new, or very gently used that are still good shape and you don't have a need for it anymore, donate it to the thrift store. Furniture, small appliances, clothing, decor, all that kind of stuff. They'd love to have that. Electronics, even if you've got PlayStations.
They have a PS4 there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's sold, but I saw it the other day.
Oh, wow.
They had a PS4.
Nice.
I was like, whoa.
Probably almost. Yeah,
I don't play video games, but whoa.
I imagine it goes pretty quick because I know brand new. They're PS4s or whatever. What are they? $500-$600 new? I don't even know. Maybe over $1,000 now. I don't know. But,
I don't know.
Yeah. But,
I just know that we get that stuff a lot.
Yeah. So please check early, check off, and that's why you have the Wednesday crowd that comes in Wednesday to see what the new stuff is. So make sure you're part of that group. So, and then of course, if you're looking to adopt, please come by the shelter. Give the shelter hours.
Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 12 and 1 to 4:30.
And like we said, don't forget, if you do want to adopt a dog or a cat with the dogs, they do come and inspect, make sure you have a good yard.
Yes.
If you do have other dogs in the house, there will be a meet and greet to make sure everybody gets along. Cats, you have to promise to be indoor cats. And, of course, all these pets have to be spayed or neutered. And if they're not spayed or neutered now, they're going to go directly from the shelter to the vet of your choice to make sure that happens. And then you take them home from there. And, of course, with city ordinances, every pet that is adopted from that facility will be microchipped, even if you don't live in Roswell, because you're adopting from Roswell, and that's the rules here. So
yeah, we have to follow our ordinances.
Yeah, very good. And then, of course, one last thing, become a member is a great way to support the Humane Society. You can be a member, your kids can be a member, your pets can be a member.
The newsletter should be coming out, so if you sign up quickly, we can get you on the mailing list,
You on the
and
next
you can
newsletter.
get this newsletter.
Good deal. And, of course, it's a great way to support is becoming that. And they actually do have meetings and stuff that you can attend, a couple times a year. But you're not obligated to by any way, shape, or form. But it's a great way to support because all those membership dues goes right back into helping pets. That's every dime that the Humane Society raises, all of it goes back into either directly helping the pets or indirectly through upgrading the facilities to help the pets. So.
Yes.
So it's either direct or indirect. It's helping those pets. And then, again, don't forget, come on out to the Invaders game tonight.
Yes, 7 o'clock. The game starts at 7. Get there about 6:30-ish. We'll be there around 6:30.
Yeah, come meet some of the pets from the Humane Society. Chamber night, so they always got all kind of free swag, too. So it's bonus freebies night tonight. So come on out there, and hopefully the only thing that's going to make it a perfect evening is an Invader win at the end of the night there. So good deal. Did we get it all?
I think we did.
Awesome. Well, thank you, as always.
Thank you.
We'll see you here in a couple weeks.
Yes, sir.
And hopefully we get home for those dogs that have been here, was it 9 months now?
Yep.
9 months. That's too long for a dog to be in a shelter. Too long for any animal to be in a shelter. But that's unfortunately, and don't get me wrong, the Humane Society loves these animals and treats them very well. But at the end of the day, they're still sitting in cages and things. That's, it's the nature of the beast.
It's not a home.
Yeah.
They're halfway home.
And so 9 months of that is going to mess with the psyche. If it's you, if it's a dog, it's anybody. And they're not meant to be sitting in cages. They're running around and being part of our lives. So
no, they're meant to be out.
Yeah. So remember that when you adopt too. You're seeing them at their worst. So to get they're going to be timid. They're going to be shy. They're going to be maybe aggressive, depending on their personalities. But once you put them in a more comfortable environment, that's when you start seeing the real personality of these pets. And that's what you're going to fall in love with. So, all right, it is 9:54. I need to play some commercials before we wrap up the show. We'll be back on the other side of your news, local news here. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell Talk FM. We'll be back.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. New details in a recent Artesia murder case. Artesia police say they're still looking for a person of interest in connection to the death of Ginger Acosta. Acosta's body was found on July 7th at the Legacy Inn in Artesia, but now police are asking the public for help in finding 23-year-old Tatiana Mata and 27-year-old Jorge de la Cruz. Artesia police said these two were thought to have been 2 of 4 people that had been with Acosta in the hours before she died. Police stopped short of calling the 2 suspects. Meanwhile, 31-year-old Kyla Salmon and 29-year-old Crystal Montoya, who had been listed as person of interests, they were no longer being investigated in connection to the case. Now in Lee County, a disturbing case that involves a mother allegedly stabbing to death her 11-year-old son. Before the boy died, he told hospital staff his mother had stabbed him. Bruce Johnson Jr. succumbed to the injuries Monday morning. The boy's father called police to report that he was asleep when he heard the commotion. Police said 49-year-old Mary Johnson suffered self-inflicted stab wounds to her chest. She is now recovering at a hospital in Lubbock, Texas. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Except for an isolated afternoon thunderstorm, we'll be staying sunny and hot today with our afternoon highs in the low 100s. Overnight looks clear with low 70s, and then a sunny and hot day coming up on Friday, low 100s again. About the same for Saturday with sunshine and temperatures right around the 100-degree mark. Maybe an afternoon shower Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. The Labor Department has released the Producer Price Index for June, a measure of inflation before it reaches consumers. Wholesale inflation soared 11.3% last month compared to a year earlier. Wall Street is down sharply on that latest inflation report. The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits last week hit its highest level in close to 8 months. Applications for the week ending July 9th rose 9,000 to 244,000. That's up from the previous week's 235,000 filings. Profits at J.P. Morgan Chase fell by 28% in the second quarter as the bank tries to navigate an economy that's facing rising interest rates hitting consumers and businesses alike, and the disappointing report prompting shares of the huge bank to tumble in early trading. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
When you think of home health care here in Roswell, what's the first thing that pops into your head? That's right, Frontier Medical. We've been doing it better than anyone else for over 20 years. From in-home nursing to physical therapy and so much more. Doctors and hospitals from Albuquerque to Lubbock and everywhere in between have been trusting their patients to us here at Frontier Medical. So when it's time to make a choice, remember Frontier Medical. 575-627-1112. Frontier Medical.
Name to remember. Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
Well, the biting bugs and the ferocious flyers are out in force, and if you don't take care of them now, you'll be swatting and scratching all summer. Makes me itchy just thinking about it. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Whether it's keeping the fleas and ticks off your animals or keeping the flies and mosquitoes away from your barbecue, you gotta use the right stuff, and you gotta do it at the right time. So come see us now at Roswell Seed Company, and don't let the bugs tick you off. Get it? Tick.
The average American spends 2.5 days a year looking for lost items. We aren't sure how long Europeans and Asians look for lost stuff. We lost the list. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 10 o'clock. That's about going to do it for us for today's show. If you missed any part, check it out at your leisure, ksvptv.com. Click on the Mornings with Mike Winters channel. You'll find him there. Or go to our YouTube channel. Look for Roswell Talk FM there. Or find us on Facebook, 106.5 Roswell Talk FM there. Have an amazing day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Your home for Coast to Coast AM in Roswell.